Hess and Drew. And, I told you I don't watch near as much college hoops as I used to, but I'm over here sending you mock drafts like a year in advance. Like I follow the mocks heavily, so I know who to look for in college.
Me too.
And I was like, yeah, like here's their two best players. They're coming off the bench, Reed Shepherd and Dillingham. And they're like, these guys are fucking awful. I'm like, no, it ain't always like this, bro.
No,
But
you don't
tonight
get
it
you don't
was.
get it.
Yeah, you don't get it, bro.
All right, everybody, what's up? I know there's not people in here right now. I don't give a fuck. I'm probably gonna make this a podcast at some point. And Chris, I have everything ready to post our clips of the shit. I just knew in these upcoming days things would come out, and I was fucked with the editing time. Anyways, we're live. We're gonna be sitting here chilling. Oh, we got people in here. What up, everybody? What up?
What up, folks?
We're literally just chilling, talking hoops. In this stream, I'll probably take out my goddamn dog a couple times. I mean, I gotta do what I gotta do. It is what it is. We're gonna be streaming probably the whole first round. Would you say, Chris?
Yeah.
You're gonna do the whole thing? Cool.
Yeah,
we really didn't talk about it.
No, we'll be. I mean, we're doing the same shit we do over text. We just get
to just in here.
I'm watching it all the same. So like, yeah, it ain't no thing to me.
But yeah, it's everybody watching. What is up? Interact in the chat. I don't give a shit. I don't even know if I can see it. If you want to be honest, I think I have it set up where I can see it. But yeah, man.
We talk in the private chat. Yeah, it says chat with everyone in the studio. How do you know if you have viewers? So. Is that only something you can see?
No, I made it where you can see it too, actually.
Where does it
all
show?
Destinations. I can see comments. We're good.
Where does it show viewers?
I'm not sure. It should be in the top right. Click on comments, I think. It may not show it for you.
Yeah, it doesn't show it.
Either way, I'll let you know. But I'm going to let y'all know off rip. All right. Am I some draft expert?
Yeah,
no.
Came to the wrong place for that, folks.
I am not here to be like the way he moves in the French league was absolutely no. I barely know any of these players. I am in love with Rob Dillingham. I want him on the Heat. Chris is a Philly fan. He's hoping for some fucking trade tonight for something.
My plan is whoever is taken at 16 is not wearing a Sixers uniform. Like that's where I'm at.
Chris is looking for a deal, but as a Heat fan, I don't care. We could draft number 30. He's probably going to end up giving us a 20 piece in the playoffs in a year.
Eastern Conference Finals MVP running. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know why we're drafting guys when you got the Haywood Highsmiths and the Gabe Vincents of the goddamn world.
Honestly, bro, if I was the Heat, I would trade back eternally into the second, trade all my seconds for cash, and we just scavenge in the free agent market, bro.
Yeah, that's why I actually love the Bam Adebayo trade. I really didn't get to, or the extension. Sorry, I did not get to actually look up the implications with that. I didn't even get to look at it. Like everybody's saying it's saving us money. Even Tim Reynolds didn't have an extended piece on the AP for it. But I would imagine if I looked up Spot Track or how you spelled Spo Track, what the hell his name is.
To this day, I still don't know how to say it properly.
Yeah, I like, dude, just put contract tracker on your shit, bro. I don't understand. But yeah, I don't know. I'm happy. We need Bam, and it seems like if we have him now through when he's 30, something like that. I think it made his contract 5 years.
3 for 166 on top today, right?
Yeah, on top of the 2.
Yeah, it's no brainer. All right, let's make
NBA
sure. NBA
is so funny, bro. It's like the one league where the commissioner just doesn't get booed out of the goddamn room.
Yeah, he ain't quite Goodell.
No, it's like a couple boos here and there. They're like, yo, liberal ass league, but I'm still here. And then he walks off. Yeah, he's fine.
Yep. So Shams just said Jimmy Butler will not be signing an extension with the Heat or any other team ahead of his opt-out in 2025 free agency, which is, I don't know. That's interesting, right? Because this is expiring, basically, right?
Yeah.
If they don't extend, because Maxi's eligible, right? Is 2 more on top, given his age, like years of service, that shit. I think it's 2 for 113 is the most he can extend for. Pretty sure. There's like some weird like.
Oh, are you talking about Jimmy or
Jimmy. Talking about Jimmy.
I was say, yeah. I was like, wait, I thought you were talking about Maxi's number. I was like, what?
No. The most Jimmy can get on top is 2 for 113 from everything I've seen.
Yeah, like, and I didn't expect us to extend him immediately. I really didn't. But that's huge because this is the Heat way right here. I'm not one of the NBA Twitter guys. I'm not gonna sit here and go, yo, we're getting Kevin Durant. I'm not, and I don't want him. Y'all don't want to hear my thoughts.
We are.
You don't want to hear my thoughts on KD. You really don't. But this is a victory lap today, seeing if he gets traded again. This is a victory lap for me, honestly. But with this is like the Heat shit. You get no crumbs of what they're doing until a week before a trade offer, a 3-day window before a trade offer is sent and reported. Like, it's one of those things. But yeah, it is interesting though. I thought the money moving today, I didn't even know the Jimmy thing. Obviously, I don't have my Twitter notifications on, nothing.
Yeah.
So
I just saw
hearing that
on the timeline.
Hearing that is interesting to me by like a lot. I like to see that. All right, can we get a clock so we can sync this up?
Come on, Adam.
Does anybody else have Hulu TV out there? This shit sucks.
I know Drew does. I got YouTube solid, man. I got no issues. All right, I'm going to pause at 450.
450? All right, I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I'm... Let me know when you're paused.
All right. Yeah, I saw this pick, unfortunately. Yeah, someone pulled up a tweet from Woj 2018 draft night when they got onto them about tipping the picks. It's 4 Woj tweets in a row. It says Boston is tantalized by Robert Williams. The Sixers are enamored with Landry Shamet.
Tantalized.
The Lakers are unlikely to resist Mo Wagner.
I don't
Portland has a laser on Anthony Simons.
A laser. Like, dude, the vernacular they use in the media is so hilarious.
It's crazy, man.
I don't understand. Dude, can we get it? They don't even show the clock now.
They pulled the time. It just says
this shit is fucking killing me. It is funny, though, how this Houston thing is getting interesting. I think a lot of times they put out reports like, I'm going after Kevin Durant and Jimmy Butler just to let the league know, hey, if y'all got a star, y'all let us know.
Yeah,
we'll send it. We'll see
sure.
If they trade Sengun, bro.
Yeah, that was like, I mean, yeah, first off, KD to Houston makes like virtually that makes no sense to me. Like KD, he's still great, but he's not like pushing needles right now. I cannot sit here and say he is a empty calorie 28, 6 and 5. But
don't backtrack with KD. You got to ride that he's the best in the world until I know you never really said that.
No, but like I think like if your team is there, he can put you over. But I think Houston is like you know what I'm saying? If you throw KD on top of that team and you lose Sengun I don't think that drastically impacts your title odds. Like I don't think they're a contender.
Ooh, Jalen Green.
Yeah, like I just don't see that.
Hey, yo, Tony said, I came here for the UEFA Euros breakdown. Am I in the wrong place? Yeah, dude. Not watching any goddamn soccer anytime soon. I did actually. It was on in the break room.
No, I watched the Euro Cup today or yesterday. I mean, we watched the Denmark game at work.
That is, as they talk about the Hawks, man. I'm so. I want both of them to get traded. Honestly,
me too. Be fun for the league. Like as
an
observer.
And there's been nothing official on the Heat with Trae Young. It's just been Bill Simmons said it, so everybody's ran with it, and then random reports come out. That's how I know some of these reporters are full of shit.
Yeah.
And I truly believe that a lot of these guys have faked it till they made it, because you look back at some of these reports and they're straight bogus. There was like no validity at all. And I need sources exposed.
For real, though. That's why it's been fun to see the Mikal trade. And
okay, on the next pick. We'll do the clock.
Give us a timer, because I already know who this one is. But.
Well, Tony, listen, you need THJ off the team. We know. Everybody knows this. You know,
get ready to learn Detroit, buddy.
Yeah, I think it's funny. Like, it's not just Mavericks fans, but I have friends that are Mavericks fans, and I see a lot of Mavericks fans online. Mavericks fans are some of the most irrationally emotional fans, I think. The thing is, I don't know if y'all know this. I went to the 2011 finals. I didn't go to the game. I went to a watch party at AAC. I was a 16-year-old kid. Yes, I'm old as fuck. I'm 29. Dude, 16. We're up 15 with 5 minutes left, wherever it was. He said, what the fuck are you talking about? We're up, and they made the comeback. Dirk hits the layup, going past Braun. Ooh, this old man, bro, this old man tried to fight me.
Probably deserved it, bro. Honestly, I don't blame him.
I didn't. And then they put me on the Jumbotron, and I was getting booed out of the arena with my Wade jersey. I was so demoralized. I was already pissed off about the game. I got a 30-year-old trying to fight me.
Yeah,
that's tough, like me trying to fight a 16-year-old. You know how crazy that is?
Like, I would say Sixers fans are rationally emotional. My opinion. Maybe not.
Tony.
That depends who you're doing.
We'll get to Philly fans. I am talking. He said, we got nothing to do but get mad about sports in this town. You know, that's also a thing. People in Dallas and Fort Worth think this is the shittiest place ever to live. Why is everybody moving here? That's all I want to know.
It can't be that bad.
The Jason Kidd tweets that I have screenshotted from Tony and Mike are, I mean, they're just going to sit in my...
The Kidd switch-ups have been elite. I will say that.
Like, goddamn, will he take a timeout? Good job making him push through the run. I'm not saying they said this exactly, but
yeah, I mean, we're all entitled to switch our opinion as you get results. But yeah, some of those have been funny as shit, man. Like, I don't think you'll ever. I don't know. I'd be curious. I want to scrub my Twitter and see if there's any Doc Rivers hype, because I don't know that I ever. The only thing good I've said about Doc is when he has no All-Stars, he's the best coach in the world. He's the greatest coach in the world. Joe's out, Maxie's, whatever, concussed. He goes out there at Pat Bev at point. Like, Doc Rivers will get you a win.
He makes it work.
That's the best I've ever said about Doc. But
yeah, him and Spo are up there, man.
Like, Nurse, I love Nurse. Like, we lost the first round to the Knicks. We won 2 games. I thought Nick Nurse was awesome. I had no issues.
He is a playoff riser.
He rose this year, baby.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so it sounds like Dallas is trying to offload THJ to clear up into a team of cap space, to clear up some room to give Derrick Jones closer to the true non-tax mid-level, which is like 12, 13-ish. So it sounds like Dallas is straight up going to run it back. There's no breadcrumbs on Dallas.
Okay,
right?
I was about to say, I don't know their cap room situation or their cap space, but it's like, I don't know. It's weird. I feel like they need... And I know all the hype, it's kind of, you get to look at them for what they really are after the finals, and they're still a great team to me. They got Luka and Kai.
They went to the finals. Like, we really don't have to do this thing every year where, I don't know, like, you get on some of these national pods the day after the finals, and it's like,
nah, they weren't that good.
They talk about Dallas like they didn't make the play, and they do this to every team. It's not Dallas specific, but it's like, sometimes, and this year more than ever, it's okay to just be like, yeah, Boston was just that fucking good. Like, it just, like, was Luka fully healthy? Clearly not. Like, was Game 3 the worst defensive performance I've ever seen? Yes, from a star especially. But, like, largely speaking, he's the only reason they're there. He was the best player in the series still.
That's also what I hate too, though. I hate the it was only Luka, and kind of downplaying. I don't know. I feel like I know PJ was a Hornet, but like, I'm telling you, if you got League Pass, that first fucking game every night, I was texting Chris every night. Yo, Terry. Yo, yeah. LaMelo. Hey.
You were some sicko shit watching the Hornets. I remember PJ, I don't know if it was this year before he got traded. I think he had a 42 ball. It's like, and it wasn't like a Sadiq Bey, like everyone is playing their G Leaguers the last game of the year, like Super Bowl Sunday. Like, PJ was always talented.
But if they could go find my tweets about PJ,
and he was not a good shooter. Yeah,
he's not a good shooter. We're not going to act like he is off one series. We're not.
Yeah, and I know they've been, they're talking about working on his jumper. Me and Tony talk every day about hoops. We're sending every fucking rumor there is, same way as us. But like, they quite literally do not win the OKC series without PJ.
No,
like Luka was not spectacular in that series. He didn't look like he was moving well. That's the shit you need, though. We talk about it all the time. Like, is it stars? Is it role players? Is it stars? Is it role players? It's more so stars, but I feel like there is always a series where a role player swings the series, like almost by himself. Like at least one, or at least like 2 games within a series that help you get to 4.
I mean, dude, as a Heat fan, we've had this for a decade now. I mean, the Mike Millers of the world, the Shane Battiers of the world, the Mario Chalmers, and then even going into that fucking bubble run by Jay Crowder.
Dog.
What was that?
That bubble Jay Crowder shit was crazy. I mean, we talked about it 2 years ago. Like, it really sometimes hinges on...
Okay, pause at...
All right, I'm at 3:25 on pause.
All right, I'll let you know when to start. Y'all got to wait right here. 3:25?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm at 27:26. Start it.
All right. Yeah,
got
like
it.
If D-Mel or Niang hits like any one of the 17, well, it felt like 17 wide open threes against Boston. You know what I'm saying? When you're up like 4, especially for a franchise that has like PTSD, like you just want that one to like kick it to 7 and hope that they start to let go of the rope.
Mostly when you play Boston, that's the thing too.
Because everyone was like Boston, and I was like, I remember telling
and I don't want to get into this finals again, but it's just like there were moments in those games where the Mavs missed that particular shot.
Boston was begging to let go of the rope, and Dallas just couldn't hit it.
And they would pull away at the end, and that isn't Boston's thing, man. They're still the same team to me. I know they won a chip. I'm saying about in that series, I was like, this team wants to fold
some of their old
within itself.
Showed. Yeah.
Like, damn.
Yeah, like they had the great game 1 quarter, but yes.
Has there been any trades yet? No, Tony, but what I heard from Windhorse and this random psycho that was standing up while doing a fucking Zoom interview on NBA TV, he is a psycho. He was tweaking out. You know those dudes that you can tell they're like Zach Lowe's in the space, but they don't get any publicity or TV time. So they're literally just getting paid to be locked in their basement and watch film.
Yeah.
That was this guy, but was on a screen. It was so scary. He said they basically put it in pencil and close to pin that Houston is trading out of the 3. That he's talked to 15 current GMs, like he has sources in the league. He's an analytics guy, apparently. I literally saw a 7-minute video on this. And he said that the 3 is gone.
Yeah.
And that's interesting to me because once again,
they want to win now, clearly.
What do they see on the roster?
I think they just it's clearly like an ownership. You know what I mean? He's like, it's time. Like we've done what we've done. I keep hearing Memphis is trying to get to 3.
Yeah, I heard that
everything
too.
I read is like they want Klingon, because they've been begging for that center to put next to Jaren Jackson, let him space as the floor and kind of roam. That like new model that's coming in where you put you put him on a non-shooter and let him roam. But like the Steven Adams that they missed. So Risa Shea went 1, huh?
This dude said, was it dropping dimes? Isn't that a random ass Twitter account that's like acts like he's
so there's 2. There's dropping dimes 20. There's dropping dimes 50. 20 has been deactivated.
Is the one that was like, legit. Yo, Dame to Miami.
No, I think that was 20. Yeah.
Okay. See, I don't know.
But no, he cooked. All right. Let's see. This is Alex Sarr, right? All right, yeah. All right, so I feel like the draft starts now.
Let me call Bates and see how he's feeling.
Right.
He's gonna be like, well, he's a French fuck. He probably is as good as Wemby. That's what he said. That's like his mentality. Yeah, he's from France.
Damn, man. Portland getting Danny
I like Alex Sarr. He said Bam was better than Wemby.
Mike?
He said it. I didn't say it. He said that shit.
Mike?
Alex Sarr said that Bam.
Oh, Alex Sarr did. Oh, yeah, I did see that. I saw that.
Yeah. Who you think I'm talking? Oh, my.
I thought, nah, he ain't. I like Bam, but dog, Wemby, like.
Wait, did you see the end of the year numbers when he, it was like the last 20 games of the season?
Wemby?
He averaged 37 minutes and he was averaging like 27, 15, and 5 blocks or something like that.
His per 36 is never going to get touched.
No.
Ever. Yeah, I don't want to get irrational, but I'm close to. I think Wemby's like pushing this year. I think he'll push like top 15.
No. See, I'm going to, with a guy that good, I'm going too early on him. I'm saying he's top 10. Like,
yeah.
After the first like week of the season, I'm like, he's top 10.
Yeah.
And I tweeted, I said that Luka and Wemby are the only current players to me that can compete for the GOAT title. That are like under, and they're not old. They're like 25, 26. And obviously Wemby's a baby.
I agree.
Those are the only ones to me, just from a statistical point of view.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. For Luka, for me, it's going to be how long does he actually want to play? Because he for some reason he doesn't strike me as like let me hang around way past my prime. Like
in his body, man, he does have a it's not frail. It's just he gets weird, serious injuries. Like when I went and watched him, and I was in an amazing seat. That dude rolled his ankle in the first quarter. It was the game where Seth Curry and was it THJ single-handedly made a comeback. Tyler Hero had like 35. He went to OT. Yeah, it was nuts. But yeah, he rolled his ankle in the first 3 minutes of the game. I was so pissed I paid for the ticket.
I remember that. It's weird too because his game's obviously he doesn't play above the rim. So like his game, he can play the exact same way 10 years from now. Like the exact, it's like a little bit of Jokic. Like he doesn't play above the rim. You'd feel like his game's going to translate well, but he does have. God damn it!
But he also has the D Wade thing where yes, D Wade was an explosive athlete. He hits the floor, dude. I'm telling you. And I know for people like Joe, it's kind of different.
Yeah, we gone back and forth on this.
It's the risk for landing isn't worth it. For Luka, he's 2 inches off the ground. He can land. He's trying to sell fouls or something like that. And he falls forward a lot on his fucking knees. I think like the hits over and over. I promise you, dude. D Wade's knee bruising didn't come from anything else than falling on the damn floor.
Yeah. Yeah, like Joe is just not. You're not supposed to be able to jump you're not supposed to move like that at that size. Like the human body, I just don't think it's built to support that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just.
Shit, I gained 30 pounds out of high school. Tore my ACL in like 6 months. My body had the love handles poking out. I was done. And
I'm saying like he's all this shit lists him at 7 foot. Been talking about that for a while. He's 7'2".
Yeah.
Like so imagine. I feel like KP is probably 7. I don't know what's KP with shoes. 7'4", 7'3".
Yeah.
I'm like, imagine if KP put on. How many pounds Joe have?
I bet he has 80.
80? Yeah, like
legit 80. Yeah, maybe more.
Can't play like that, which is a shame, man. Because kids these days they probably think like Joe's not a special athlete, and I'm like, man, if y'all could have seen him when he first came in, he was doing some dumb
look
shit.
Up the windmill dunks and shit that he was doing.
He was doing dumb shit, especially when he was young. He tried to block everything.
That's weird too, because he is an international player that didn't come in just focused on skill. Yeah. He's like one of the few international players that was a freak athlete. Like Dirk was 7 foot tall and weighed like a $190, 210, some shit like that. Didn't get off the floor.
Joe probably weighed that too coming out.
Yeah, but
photos, man.
With Dirk
for 2 years.
People forget Dirk used to be a little athlete.
Yeah, Dirk had some juice.
He used to go coast to coast sometimes and shit. He had some juice to him.
That's forever my least favorite part of watching your favorite players age is it's impossible to not remember them at the end. So you got to go back on YouTube, remind yourself how they used to hoop.
Yeah, dude. After I'd watch a fucking D Wade game when he played for the Cavs, I'd go straight to 2012.
Feel something again, bro. Yeah, that's like me with Peyton Manning.
4 against the Spurs.
I'd be like, no way, Peyton can't throw a slant right now. I got to go watch something make me feel good.
Yeah, I was scrolling through Twitter and they were doing the players that ended up in jerseys that were weird. I saw Hakeem in a Raptors jersey, obviously past my era. And I didn't forget it, but I was just reminded Tony Parker was a fucking Charlotte Hornet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What?
All right, here's where the draft starts. It's got to be Reed.
I don't care who they pick, really. It seems like they're gone.
I feel like this has been a pretty common 1, 2, 3 mock.
Yeah.
So maybe it starts at 4.
Apparently, Reed Shepherd is that dude. I mean, I watched him plenty, but
he's got a strap. I know that. It's just
that's the whole thing with me. I am so far into this, in my opinion, that if I'm not into this right now, like the draft and learning how to evaluate players, I'm never going to get into it.
Yeah.
I don't know how to. Dude, you can't tell me Jamal Murray and Devin Booker from their college film gave you all pro guards, all NBA guards.
Bro, I remember feeling like that. Maybe it's because we were younger with AD.
No, yeah, AD
Maybe
was
it's
different.
But even still, like D-Book especially was crazy. Yeah, I was like, no way could I have. I mean, clearly everyone else agreed he went 13 or wherever he went. But even AD though, like he's the unanimous number one. Like,
yeah, he
I
averaged
still didn't
13
picture.
points.
Yeah, right. I didn't picture him being like this. Like Cat, I actually felt a lot more confident in coming
Me
out.
too.
Yeah, like I thought Cat was going to be that dude. Remember that graphic? I think it circled in the playoffs. It was like, who would you rather build your franchise with going forward? It was like a pick from 5 years ago. And it was Cat, LeBron, KD, and somebody else.
Everybody picked Cat.
Cat was like 40%. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. You just don't know, man. He's a good player. Like, I don't mean to dog on Cat, but.
Yeah, no, he is. It's just.
You're just not going to get a generational star at one like it just doesn't.
Oh,
people
and
like
in
LeBron
college,
ruin that shit for everyone.
The one thing I hate is like on that Kentucky team, the memorable player that I remember is like Deron Lamb, the shooting guard number 20.
I thought Deron Lamb was going to be cold, dude.
That's what I'm saying. But then there's guys like Boogie Cousins and John Wall who just end up being very good players in the NBA. Yeah. And it seems pretty obvious. I don't think it's a coincidence with the Kentucky player guard, everything that comes out of there ending up having a good pro career. Like, even if they aren't superstars, they're very good players.
Yeah.
Like, if you read down the list of the current Kentucky players that are still kind of young, 2 of them are on the Heat, obviously, and then Maxey. Like, there's a lot of them out there, bro.
I was about to say, didn't Reed tie the draft Max Vert this year?
He did?
Or he was right. Yeah, 42. It's like, you see a 6'2" white guy, you're not expecting that. When you watch game 2 of the finals.
You want to get the South involved in the NBA? Put fucking Reed Shepherd, start putting his highlights up and him putting people on posters. All right?
Man, I just wish I had a fucking finals game to rewatch like that. I'm gonna be over here watching game 3, round 1 against the Knicks 20 years from now, watching that 50 spot.
As a Philly fan, you really gotta.
It's game 1, 0-1 against the Lakers. Like that. That's all.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all we got.
Or like y'all have to look at the low lights. Like, look at Ben Simmons pass this dunk up. Like, that's what y'all are looking at.
Dog, every year his summer league, I am down fucking bad, bro. It's tough. Every year Ben Simmons summer league highlights come back, and I'm like, bro, like pulling up midi, like off the drip. Like, I'm like, dude, what happened, dog?
That you can.
There's no way that. There's really just no way we took him and they just completely like. I will never understand, because I will die on this fucking hill, bro. Markelle Fultz is going to be him. Like, the fact that he's even carved out a career with virtually no jump shot as a guard, like, you can see his like off the bounce wiggle, like he's got real playmaking juice. Like,
yeah, he looks like he looked like
Imagine
he had ALS
jumper, bro.
when he was trying to do a jumper.
Yeah, dude,
he had a degenerative muscle
disorder.
That shit was crazy. When he's
got like the youngest player to have a triple double in the playoffs. He was like 19, and I was like, all right, maybe he's back. Like,
maybe we got him.
It's sad, bro.
Yeah.
Fultz College tape, bro. Hey, Tony, the amount of times I've watched this tape at Washington, go watch it right now. I know you're sitting around. Go watch this shit at Washington.
It is nuts, though. Like, I'll never forget, like, when Tatum came out, he really wasn't looked at as some future superstar. They kind of talked about him like he was going to be a cool, like, 19 to 22
like a prototypical wing, like can provide you some defense. Yeah, and he went to Duke, so fuck him. But
yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, the Duke to Boston trajectory for me is like all time hatred for that.
You said the amount of times you sent it to me. Yo, Chris is a sicko.
You know the funniest part is too, how much we all like truly ride for our teams, and you think that the way you're viewing something about your team, someone else is gonna like feel the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? And they just don't. That, like, when Tony gets these from me, he's basically just like,
okay,
like I'm sorry, and I'm like, no, but like,
yeah,
when you actually never forgot how to.
When you hit me, like, me and you disagree so much on the Joel thing, it's so funny. Like, we both get in our rant bag, and we are on total opposite sides of the Joel remembrance thing.
I'll never leave this hill. He's going to be remembered with Patrick Ewing, bro.
Yeah, no, and Patrick Ewing ain't even talked about anymore.
No one cares.
That's my point.
Joel's the most skilled big man I've ever seen with my own 2 eyes, easily. I know
What about
skill is not like best
number
player.
15 is in the league right now, bro.
Shit.
I mean, come on.
I mean, shit. Wemby might actually be the next one.
Wemby's bro.
Yeah, Wemby's
When I
different.
saw him, I turned on one of their games when I came home late. It's like 2 a.m. I just watched the Heat game, watched the Dallas game because when it's a blackout, you can watch it afterwards. I turn on, I just see the stats, and I'm like, I want to see Wemby light it up. This dude pulled up in transition twice, back-to-back possessions from 30 feet.
Bro, my favorite game of the year, aside from Game 5 against the Knicks, where Maxey did that. Like, I was damn near about to turn it off. Like, series is over 4-1.
Cannot believe he hit that.
It was Spurs Sixers in the regular season, double overtime, and Ricky Council.
Oh yeah,
Ricky Council won us the game. All right, who's this? Ooh.
Oh, the UConn kid.
So this was a common early.
Yeah.
Like a month, and then everyone seemed to like taper off him.
Yeah, because what I'm reading, once again, guys, this is not my analysis.
Yeah,
I'm reading this fucker is an incredible defender.
But he can't shoot.
And I mean, I watched UConn in the tournament. I mean, I'm the same guy everybody else is.
And he like views himself as a point guard apparently, and the offense apparently got better when they gave the ball to Tristan Newton and let him orchestrate. And yes, Stephon Castle can't shoot a fucking lick. So
that's one of those things, though. I don't know.
That's where you bank on shooting development, right? Like if that's the one skill you can teach, right? Like that should be the one. If you got the rest, because to me,
and mostly in the current NBA, like you have to be able.
You have to be able to shoot if you want to be a serious playoff team.
Talking about Dirk and stuff, if you don't remember, like it was his shooting coach from Germany, wherever the hell he's from.
Yeah.
It was like a huge story that he could develop these jumpers and how he developed Jason Kidd's jumper into at least if he's open, he can shoot it.
Yeah.
Type guy.
With a passable jumper. Yeah.
And now it's just like, in 2 years, he'll be able to shoot.
Yeah.
And like I said, with Giddey,
everyone assumes that everyone
is going to be able to shoot. This is not true.
Yep. That's why scouting's impossible. That's why the draft
and they develop for the role. A lot of the times these teams develop for the role that they're picturing this player to be in. And then they're like, yo, bam, you don't need to shoot threes, bro. You're going to be posting up all the game. Yeah. He's like, I kind of want to shoot threes.
Right. Same shit with Giddey, to your point. Like before they had this current iteration of the team, he was the primary guy with the ball.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like they were letting SGA kind of play off ball, and SGA.
Before SGA took this rise too. He wasn't this 2 years ago.
And if he was hurt, he really obviously when Giddey's in there, he's in there dropping triple doubles every night.
That's what I'm saying. And you can.
So you're like, no, we have to get this guy the ball.
You can do that when you're not a serious playoff team. Like you throw that. That's what I love about Presti is he had always. Everyone's like, fuck, they got to push their chips in. They're ready now. And I do agree, windows close fast as fuck. But like, you don't know what you have. I know you agree on this till you get in a playoff setting.
Yeah,
until you face the Heat. You don't know. You don't know how they're going to guard. Are they going to like Matisse Thybulle? Like he's fun as fuck in the regular season, and you can live with his shooting ups and downs. When you get in the playoffs, they're leaving him wide open from the corner, and they miss 2. And for players like that confidence wanes and completely leaves. Like Maxi Kleber, part of it was probably injury, but like Maxi didn't want to look at the fucking rim.
Well, he did that Golden State last year too.
He did, yeah. He balled.
I mean, 2 years ago. Sorry.
Yeah, but he's like, he's our secret ingredient. Like he's a stretch 5. Like that's how we can unlock and match with Boston. And then that stretch part goes completely out the window, and then it kind of mucks up your entire game plan.
Emeka Okafor,
dog,
Hasheem to beat
Hasheem, bro. We need Drew in this chat right now.
Yeah,
Drew used to use fucking Memphis on NBA Live.
Number 34, Hasheem to beat.
That's what I'm saying. How do you accurately? I know they were different athletes, and Joe had at least a little bit more juice on offense, but how do you project that Joel is going to be able to turn into that offensively, and that Thabit won't be able to do anything ever?
Yeah.
Like, again, I know they're not the same player, but Hasheem went 2, Joel went 3. I don't know. Projection is just wild, man.
And it's weird because if you read like the rumor mill blogs, like I love those, like on ESPN, for instance, they'll have these poll, you know what I'm talking about. Like they're like what's the biggest blockbuster move that nobody knows about that you think, a bold prediction, whatever. And a lot of those, they start doing the draft stuff, and they were showing the one where they polled these GMs on certain players, and if they would pick them in the top 5, why would they pick them there? And a lot of them were like, we picked him number 2 because we think he can be a eighth man on the bench.
Yeah.
And then the next GM was like, we wanted him number 1 because we think he's a superstar.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah, it is wild.
Dude, I need Rob Dillingham on my team.
He's spicy, bro. I can't wait.
But he's going to be in Sioux Falls for fucking 4 years. That's the problem. I'm going to turn on G League games. I'll probably get him with League Pass. I'll do it.
Dude, I'll never forget. I think Kurt dropped me off some Addy when I was working in Grapevine, and the Sixers Summer League game was going on. Norvell Pell. I'm on a Zoot. I'm like, dog, this is it. Like, Norvell Pell, bro. Oh, my God. The power of that.
I know how our team works, and the thing is, I'm never going to be the guy, no matter how desperate for engagement I am, I will never be the guy to be like, yo, this 15th pick right here. Like with Jaime Jaquez, the thing that I like is when the Heat in particular take a guy like Jaime who is playing college basketball for a couple years.
He's very clearly NBA ready.
That's what I'm saying. I like that. I don't need the 18-year-old that I don't know anything about. I kind of like the veteran guys that come out of college.
All right, who's Detroit going? And does it even matter? Like, I respect that.
No, it doesn't.
Detroit, man.
I'm waiting to see if Woj has a trade rumor. He said that Memphis is trying to come get him. I think later in the night that Rockets pick has to be traded, right?
Maybe. And that's the thing, too, about this draft. I don't know how many people we got in here, maybe 0, but a lot of these picks.
There's 33 people in here.
Oh, what's up, peeps? A lot of these picks, too, like they got the stipend rule where you can't trade ones in back-to-back drafts.
Yeah.
For anyone that's watching. That's why you see these trades with Mikhail. It's like 2024, 26, or whatever, 25, 27, 29, 31. You can't trade them, and you can't trade picks that are your own. Like if I had control of a Miami pick, I could trade our pick this year and Miami's pick next year. But you can't trade your own in consecutive years, and you can only trade up to 7 years out.
Did they give the why to that? I know the 7-year thing.
I think they wanted to protect teams,
From themselves?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it. Just, because someone like Kevin Durant, they'd be like,
yeah,
here's our capital. Yeah. And you're left with literally nothing.
No, so they were talking about that. They were doing this theory. I forgot where I read it at. Anyways, they were saying, what if there was no year limit on the draft picks you could trade?
Yeah, like picture if LeBron hit the market, dog.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, take it till 2040, bro.
Yeah, like for real. Like in his prime, they'd be like, all right, 14 number ones.
Yeah, there'd be no number that would be enough still. Bronny on the crazy. Mavs. I do kind of want to see where Bronny goes. THJ leading the 14-win Pistons. Yeah, Tim's gonna cook in Detroit, bro.
Giving him that.
Oh my God.
Well, your pick is gone.
They did something smart.
Jesus.
Can we get old management back in Detroit?
Dog, I can't wait for NBA Central to tweet, yo, the Pistons with the eye emoji, and it's going to be Cade,
big three
James
pending?
Wiseman. Like, what?
It'll be Cade, Jay Ivey, and Ron Holland. 100% that graphics dropping.
Like, what are we doing?
Because they already did it with Atlanta. They were like, big three building. It was Alex Sarr. Yeah. Those two dudes in the photo ain't going to be there. Damn, man. Yeah, he was the one.
I watched this guy's highlights. He's a fucking freak athlete.
He is a freak athlete. He was number 1 in the class coming out of high school.
Yeah.
Damn, man.
Averaging 20 in the G League is kind of crazy for a kid.
Yeah. I think his shot was all over the place, which kind of, anytime you can't shoot. I mean, I guess not, though. We had Stephon Castle go 4 and Oh shit! I just spoiled the next one. Let's go. I didn't see the pick, but we got some action. The tweet I saw 5 minutes ago from Philly, Sixers Adam. He's a Sixers beat reporter. The TV that the Sixers are watching the draft on in the facility is not working. I'm like,
Oh no, that's Philly. Philly is so fucking back, dude.
like surely
Can't
they have
even
like
make it
8
up.
in there. I'm assuming they don't just have one. Like I'm picturing the Eagles draft room. They got to have multiple, but I just
They
thought that
probably
was
do
funny.
have one fucking TV in there.
Yeah, they would. Cheap ass owner. He's like, hey, I just bought the Commanders. Like, we got to cut some costs in here. Damn, man.
So they said Woj said he basically hinted that they were going to trade up the Grizzlies.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I guess I'm expecting that to happen.
that's
But
got to be clinging.
yeah, they said they obviously want a center. I don't even know the Steven Adams shit, but you can't,
I don't think
his
they do.
off and on 2 years ago, their winning percentage being, it
Yeah.
seemed directly influenced by him.
Well, we talk
'Cause
about best rebounders of all time. We talk about Drummond, like dog Steven Adams on the offensive glass because he's with.
He is.
I think Steven Adams is on the Rockets right now.
Yeah, he did get moved. Yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about that. Just the Grizzlies are kind of the forgotten team in the West as well because of Ja's ineptitude to put a gun down.
Yeah. But for
Dude,
real, we talk about
when
all
is
these
Trump going to
teams.
get him on stage for the gun rights? Yo,
Yeah.
he's got all the rappers. He's got to bring Jaw out there.
Yeah, Dennis Lindsey. Yeah, Detroit's. I like this pick a lot, bro. I don't know because he can't shoot. Like, kind of playing off ball is going to be a little bit weird. I just feel like Detroit has. I'm not going to say they have too much because they're fucking terrible. But, like,
I get what you're saying, though. They have too many young guys to try to.
Yeah, it's like overlap.
play.
Like, Jay Ivey needs the ball. And Monty Williams wasn't even. Monty Williams pulled Jay Ivey from the fucking rotation. Like, you guys took this guy top 10. You should be trying to find out what you have. But, like, they're better when Cade has the ball, but Jay Ivey can't shoot off the ball. And they already, they got beef stew and.
I feel bad for Cade because if you watch, like, you can say he's on the Pistons, yada yada. I'm not saying
the analytics aren't friendly towards him, but like
he is not an all NBA player right now. I don't care about that.
He's still like 21, 22.
He is getting trapped into signing the max deal, and then he's got to be the asshole that asked for a trade off a 19-63 team.
Yep.
Like,
for sure, I'd love to see Cade somewhere else. I feel the same. They're not the same player, but LaMelo. Like I really want to see LaMelo. Well, that guy can't stay on the court, honestly, but
no,
I'd love to see what LaMelo can do in a winning environment.
But you know what I feel about LaMelo?
He's so fun, bro. He's 22 still. I was like, good God.
He's a baby, bro. He's actually like a phenomenal basketball player.
He really is, bro. He's one of the 5-10 best passers in the world.
No, yeah, he's top 5 to me. And the thing is, I think people get turned off by him because of the flash and the glamour. Yeah. But if you watch the goddamn Charlotte like I did, his floor vision is next level.
So nice. Yeah.
I thought his threes were bullshit 2 years ago. And then
he started, he definitely,
now he's a shooter.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Chuck, but that's what bad teams do to you. Like, why would I not chuck if I know we're going to
I'm going to attempt 11 a game like I'm Steph.
Yeah. I'll get my stats.
He gets his stats. Jesus.
Yeah, he just hadn't been able to stay healthy.
I'm getting alerts from everywhere. I am not looking at them.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing what Nia has to say.
This one's got to be clinging, though.
Yeah, I mean, he was talking about this early today. I was, I get home from work at 2, so I was watching Sports Center and shit just to see what they were talking about. Mostly with all the shit flying around, I knew Woj was going to be on some channel, and he was. There he was. Woj was just on my TV screen talking about how Memphis watched for Memphis tonight. They want a starting center. They don't really mind who it is, but they prefer this guy. So,
the one I kept seeing was they were going to try to trade Marcus Smart and pick 9 to Houston for number 3. But obviously that one didn't happen. Houston just stuck and picked. But I wonder what this trade looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to your point, bro, we do, because the West really is a fucking, like, the East has Boston, but the West, like, you could dead ass probably talk me into like 8 teams, and I'd be like, no, I could see that. If they're in the finals, I wouldn't be shocked. And nobody talks about Memphis.
like if you went through the list of top 10 players in the world, like just quick exercise, I'm just going to name the people in the West that I can think of. I think AD is still up there, close to at least. Jokic, Luka, Shea, Anthony Edwards is up there. He's
like
up there.
fringes.
And that doesn't even get like in the East.
I don't
don't see it with any of them. Who?
Braun?
Oh yeah, Braun's there too. I don't mention Braun on this pod that much anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what you think about KD. Like Booker's
KD. That's what I'm saying. They're all like, dude.
Ja's fringe. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. To me, Ja's there if he plays 70 games.
Yeah.
I'm
Jokic.
Also a major Ja guy. I put them on my contenders list this year, obviously not knowing he was going to get hurt.
I know Tony's hating to hear this because we basically we've got like this meme going where we prey on everyone's downfall. It's basically like he preys on all the downfall of the teams in the West, and I'm like, fuck everyone in the East.
You're going to need 7 downfalls, bro.
That's what I'm saying. The West, you got to pray.
Like even a guy like Zion, if he plays 82 games.
If Zion would
70, nobody's playing 82.
If God would repair his body, Zion's fucking nice. Hey, he was going dummy against the Lakers, man. Like,
bro,
he almost will. I feel bad for them, bro. Just their injury situation. That's got to suck. Then, of course, they seem to do the bullshit every year because he was hurt in the Phoenix series too, right? The year Phoenix went to the finals when BI went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets hurt last year. And it's like the thing that they always do that pisses me off as a fan is they somehow win one of those play-in games. Like, like Sacramento last year. I was like, well, at least Sacramento was healthy before Monk went down. I was like, at least that'd be a fun 1-8. Like their team is whole. Then the Pelicans get in without Zion. You're like, well, they're cooked.
Yep.
Like that's a 5-game series at max.
Hornets. Dude, what's up with the Hornets wanting to Mark Williams? Yeah. Why are they moving? Tijion Salon.
So they're picking here?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess they make them, they wear the hat and then
which is fucked up, by the way.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
I don't like the putting the hat on the kid. Mikal Bridges, like.
What would you say they're keeping the pick?
Can't believe Mikal Bridges got traded from Philly, being a Philly kid.
That's crazy, bro. For Zaire fucking Smith.
I've told Chris a million times.
They were short in the Heat. They thought the Heat were going to turn into some fucking tankers.
Yeah, idiots.
They fucking made it to the playoffs with Josh fucking Richardson.
Tony says, I've told Chris a million times, but the East feels like a joke when I see what we got to go against. Y'all get free wins off the Pistons, Wiz, and Hornets for decades. Listen,
Pistons, Wizards, Timberwolves, man. That's what they call Joe.
This has been like a running theory since we watched basketball. Like, it's just been a thing. It's like when Michael Jordan was in the league, the East was way harder. And then you go back and look, they had the Jazz and the Supersonics. I mean, those teams were fucking loaded. And then now here we are. If you really look back at history, the East kind of, I mean, it hasn't been better, but I mean, they've been the top heavy conference most of the time. They've had the best team or LeBron.
Yeah, it's top 1 or 2, and then
without LeBron in that conference for so long,
it would have been Toronto.
It would have been ass.
Yeah,
but that's why LeBron played alone. He had to make it fair.
It's so hard to even break down these picks right now because so many of these guys are foreigners and they're on teams that just are not relevant. And there's no like generational prospect where you're like, holy fuck, the Spurs got Wemby. Like I remember when the Spurs got Wemby, Tony was like, God, couldn't have put him out of my division, let alone the conference.
That division is fucking funny.
They need to abolish divisions, by the way, from the NBA.
I never understood them.
I don't remember off the top, but I think that we lost a tiebreaker due to division record or something.
Yeah, you lose the seed.
It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
You remember that one year that Portland had like the same record as every other team, or like had one more loss or something, and they went up to the 4 seed?
Yeah.
It was something crazy because of a division title.
Y'all's division's Magic, Heat, Hawks, Hornets, Wizards. That's nice.
Let's fucking go.
We got Boston and the Knicks. I know that. I'm like, fuck. Boston, Knicks, Nets, and Raptors. Take those wins, Nets. I appreciate you. It's going to be big next year.
Yeah, I mean, Wizards, man. That's what they called them. Charlotte, man.
Pistons, Wizards, man. That's what they call them. And he dropped 50
that was a
on
good
fucking head. That was a good run. That was a good time on Twitter.
It was. That was fun. That was fun.
It really did feel like we played those two for like 2 weeks straight. That dude was dropping 40 and 13 in 3 quarters.
70 pieces.
Yeah.
Dropping 70 as a center is fucking crazy.
No, it's insane. Like, dropping 70 at all is fucking wild. But I was with Tony
funny,
actually.
Man, like how quickly forget that dude had a 50 piece in the playoffs.
Of all the years to criticize him for his playoff lowering, like this was not the one. He averaged 33 and 11. So like,
yeah,
his efficiency wasn't the same. But
when those narratives get pushed to me, it's like,
what to me, like real quick, I think they're fair, right? Like when you're dropping,
no doubt,
big, I get it, but I'll never forget texting you when we played the Nets. We were talking about Jock Vaughn. Like they were dead ass sending 3 to him, like inside half court.
Sometimes it was 4
out past the 3-point line. They'd just be like,
yeah.
And like, you know, I'll keep saying it. I might sound like I'm coping, but he's been hurt every year. I like, just give me one healthy run, and if he sucks, he sucks. We'll have an honest conversation. I just want to see him get one.
Yeah, I just don't like the with superstars in general. I don't like the. It to me, it's coincidental unless it's like a repeat offender that they dumb it down to one game. Like, damn, he played bad in the closeout game. He's
like Joel Game 7 against Boston. That's one of the most.
It's like,
one of the
bro,
worst performances I've ever seen.
Nah, I mean, he averaged 32 for the series. Like,
I don't know. That's how your legacy's made. So.
No, it is, no doubt. I just think putting a whole stigma on a player off of one playoff game is absolutely insane.
Wow.
Gross. He's crying because he doesn't want to go.
Imagine being dominating right now.
He literally is asking for a trade. He just called his agent. He's like, yo, what the fuck? They're replacing me?
He is such a fucking unserious player, dude.
Like, since I've gotten older, I try not to call players like
bitches.
It's
hard to call him soft, and
he's a pussy.
He's soft.
Yeah, I'm calling
that's the thing too with him. We have seen it, bro. Like me and you still talk about when he played Jokic. Like he's capable of bringing it, like 23 and 12.
Yeah, he has those nights against elite centers. He had those nights
and playing good defense. He just, I guess, wanted to take
when he
more
doesn't
middies.
Get the ball.
Yeah, he wanted to take more middies. I'm like, dog, you could be special in your fucking role on a great team.
Right after that shit happened with Monty Williams, I knew it was over.
Yeah, for sure.
On the bench, I was like, yeah, this era's a wrap, brother.
Yeah, the only ones that can survive that shit are like the Heat. Where they had that Jimmy Spo blow up, and everyone was like, and they were like, "No, we're grown men over here." Like,
I thought that was, as a fan, we can sit here and go like, "That's the Heat. That's Jimmy and Spo."
No, for sure. You don't see it that public though.
I freaked the fuck out when it happened.
No, for sure.
Oh shit!
But both their personalities, you're like, I get it. Like Jimmy's fucking hyper. We look at these small white coaches, and they're just like, yeah, they're like these. But everything I've heard about Spo is like, no, that motherfucker, like, that's a dude. Spo's a dude. Like, Spo's trying to compete. They have egos too. Thing. Like, they have egos too. Just because there's a coach doesn't mean they don't.
In that confrontation, Spo said, "You think you're fucking crazy? I'll show you fucking crazy." That's what he said to Jimmy. He's like, "You think you're fucking crazy? I'll show you crazy." Threw a fucking clipboard at him. That is hilarious.
All right, so clinging to Portland. Who are their centers? They have Ayton and Portland.
Portland, that's hard. Bro, I'm not even going to lie. After I saw Scoot's first month, I did not keep up anymore.
He started balling down the stretch, too.
They had to have somebody in front of Ayton, or they ended up taking his spot. It had to be a young guy. I'm about to Google.
I know they have Duop Reith, you know, like that 25, 26-year-old, 26-year-old rookie who, like, got a guaranteed deal, and everyone was like, you know, I don't know if he's, like, the first. I don't know. We're talking about Duop Reith.
They're just they're just trying to mimic Al-Farouq Aminu.
Right. How do we not have a trade? Yeah, what the fuck is going on? They do this to us every year, bro. So and so's looking to move up.
Well, this year was way different than the last two, I believe, man. Like this many rumors were not floating around, mostly around draft night. It was after draft night. Like it kind of had to get deep in the summer the last 2 years to kind of even get a
well, and
whiff of
especially
anything.
this year too, when you have like someone like Paul George, who, by all accounts, is really holding up the fucking market. Their center is Robert Williams, by the way. He's the other one.
I knew it was somebody I fucking knew.
I knew it was somebody with a big name.
Worst take ever I saw by Bill Simmons going into last year. Did you see his prediction for Robert Williams?
Probably.
He said, "Oh yeah, I think Robert." He legit said, "I think Robert Williams will average 19 and 10." I'm like, in what world?
What league? Maybe the G League.
He gets so connected. I'm not gonna lie though.
I get it. We all do. Yeah.
There's only one era. There's only one team that I have. I don't even know how to explain it. Kind of follow their careers. That's why I was going to talk about Derek Jones Jr. the other day, or a second ago. The bubble team is a team that I'm connected to forever.
Yeah,
I'm going to keep up with all of them
for sure. All right, I want
if Dragic comes back, I'm checking the box score to see if he got off the bench.
I want Devin Carter. My mind's made up.
Devin Carter?
Yeah.
We all know who I want.
Mr. Rob.
Yeah, just give me one summer league with Rob Dillingham. I don't know how we don't have a trade, Tony. The Rockets have to be on the phone right now. But to me, usually the trade happens right when the kid gets the hat, like we said a second ago. Like that's when the trade happens.
Yeah. And I didn't
like you get informed during the interview that you've been traded.
Yeah. I didn't finish touching on that earlier too. So when the draft comes, teams unlock sometimes more picks because you can't like Philly. We're not eligible to trade our pick this year, but once you pick the player, you can trade the player. So you're basically trading the pick. It's just like a roundabout way of finagling the system, and then you get I think like the year kind of rolls on, and you can then trade the one farthest out because the clock is kind of reset. Like the draft is come and gone. So it unlocks one more way down the road.
Victor Wembanyama, dude, this guy. What the fuck is that first dunk?
Oh, this is a fucking freakazoid, bro.
And then the defense on top of that, like those highlight clips are so real. Like when the dudes are refusing to drive on a 3-on-1 transition bucket.
Yeah. My second favorite game of the year was probably Spurs Bucks.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah, I think I watched that one as well.
They were going banger for banger. I was rooting so hard.
That was on, wasn't that? I think that was on TNT.
Yeah, I think it was national TV. Yeah.
Come on,
at the start, before Joe went down, I'm rooting for every East team. Like, you're counting games. And for us that watch all 82, you're like, nice, we're 2.5 up on. Yeah. It's like I was so fucking pissed.
Okay, give me Trae Young traded to the Spurs for Rob.
Yeah, give me Trae on the Spurs, bro.
Give me juice. Could you imagine? No, we actually need Trae on the Spurs just for the Luka versus Trae discourse that will happen throughout the year with the Mavs fans. That would be incredible.
I think you might be right, Tony. Because I guess when the league year opens on June 30th and free agency starts, I guess that's the league year rolling over. So yeah, it probably unlocks that pick. That sounds right. Jesus. So I feel like a lot of these teams, like they agree on the trade, but it can't be signed and the paperwork can't be quote unquote turned into the league until the window opens.
His mom looks worried that he ain't getting no calls.
Who's? Rob?
Rob Dillingham. There he goes.
Ooh.
Oh, that's why she was crying. Like, holy shit, he got picked.
That's fun.
God damn it, man.
That's fun. That's all like similar to Trae, what I was saying. If anyone can absorb small guard who can't play defense, it's the Spurs. That's fun.
Shout out Tony Parker.
Good for him, bro.
He got to go to a franchise that knows what they're doing at least.
Yeah, they're on the up and up. You know how dope it'd be to get drafted and go play with Wemby?
Holy shit, man.
I actually could not imagine, bro.
It gives me a reason to watch him because I know Wemby's going to be on national television like crazy.
Yeah. And Rob's going to be doing his jitterbug shit. And that's going to be fun, bro.
This fucking guy. I am
it's crazy.
obsessed.
Like 2 years ago, like they're playing for overtime. Elite,
yeah.
And then now you're playing with fucking Wemby. Oh, it's got to be crazy.
I was literally about to bring up the Tennessee game. He also had a crazy game against Texas A&M as well. I think he had 27. He went nuts in that game. Yeah, like so 27, 6 and 7, 27, 4 and 7, something like that.
Weren't they saying Holland and Dillingham are going to be the two that slid? Was that the report?
Yeah. I told you. It's so stupid. They're just trying to be like, yo, copycat league. You sliding, let them slide.
It's teams that want them leaking that to try to drive them down the board. Whole bunch of politicking. How long till they drop a Lou Williams comp or some shit?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh. Hey.
Dog, his contested shot making.
He's just aesthetically like beautiful.
No, that's what it is. It's the way he plays and like finishes like that happen often.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of that Kyrie Maxey package a little bit.
Usually guys like him coming out of college don't come out being this efficient either. They don't come out with 48, whatever it was, 44 splits. They don't come out like that.
Especially for pure scorers, which I feel like he is.
Yes, that's what I mean. And the shots that he is taking, he is not taking spot up threes.
Yeah.
This dude is cooking off the dribble.
Yeah. You got to have that dribble package to be able to survive at that height.
Oh, yeah. I thought when I saw, so everybody knows the viral clip of him in the overtime league. You need to go watch that shit. It's when he had like, what?
They just say Minnesota traded for Dillingham? Yeah, Tony said the Wolves traded for him. Damn.
Come on, bro. He got to play with Rudy.
Dog. You can move Mike Conley in a more like natural, that like Kyle Lowry career arc. You know, I'm like give you some spotty backup point guard minutes.
Keep him in the locker room.
Right. Keep the vibes high. Damn, Minnesota, bro.
Fuck. Well, hey, you know I love Ant too.
I mean, how much do they have to give up? Does Minnesota have a pick this year? I mean, I can't keep track with all the shit they gave up for Gobert.
Once again, I am not a draft dude. I did the most little research I think I've ever done for anything, which is totally fine. See, this is the fucked up part. His whole family has San Antonio hats on.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They're all like, we're about to play with Wemby. Let's go.
The Riverwalk, he'll stay out of trouble. No, you are going down there with 3-6 Mafia.
All right, since Tony's active in the chat, Tony, we're relying on you to give us the trade terms, bro, for all the trades going forward. Because I don't know who has what. I don't know who has what pick.
Fucking Memphis, man.
All right, Minnesota had 27 this year, so they did have a pick.
Hair looks nuts.
Rob to Minnesota. They needed some off the bounce juice, man, bad.
Oh, very badly. I mean, when you're relying on Kyle Anderson to...
Yeah. You can just trap Ant and, make Kyle beat you on the short roll. As solid as I think Kyle is, you're going to live with that.
And Mike Conley is a very good NBA player. It's just like in the playoffs when everything is broken down, your veteran point guard being able to point people in the right direction isn't enough, bro. I'm sorry to tell you. You gotta be able to blow past somebody. That's the problem. That was the problem with the Heat.
They traded an unprotected first in 2031 and a 2030 and a 2030 pick swap to go get Rob.
Fucking 2031.
That's a lot, man. I mean, I guess you'll still have Ant by then. That's the only one we know for sure. I mean, maybe not. It's 2031.
Is that a fucking 11-year-old right now?
Yeah, fucking 7 years from now.
Trade for that. Did you see that 7'5" chick in China? That's 16?
Yes, I saw that.
That's who they're trading for right there.
Zach Edey. Damn. They did go center.
I knew they were going center. The problem is with him, man, I don't see it with him.
I'm so torn on him. I really don't. Neither one would shock me.
What is he going to do when he doesn't get a whistle? I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But
I mean, he is 7'4". It's like
Yeah, but to me, maybe I just don't know how it works, man. That's what I'm saying. To me, he does not move well.
That's not. Yeah, and that's the concern, right? Like you put that guy in a high pick and roll, and it's like, what is he going to be able to do? I mean, he should clean the shit out of the glass, though.
Oh yeah. He's gonna be a great rebounder. It's just I don't know. I just don't see his offensive game turning into this. I'm not saying anybody's predicting him to average 22 points a game, but like
he might not have to have one.
Yeah, he might just be a
KOC and
like
KOC and Chris Vernon have been going back and forth on him. KOC's like, I fucking love him, and Vernon's like, I don't see it. And now he's going to Chris Vernon's team. I think that's hilarious.
300 pounds?
This man is a unit, bro. And the NC State kid, that was a good run.
I need the Heat to take him, fuck it. Just so he can walk out of the locker room to that awful song. I was in the clone and then shoes. The amount of times I saw that damn song.
I mean, this guy's a cheat code in college.
Yeah, it's stupid. He is fucking massive. That looks like a tennis ball in his hands.
Yeah, he's a unit.
Well, now my second choice is Kellel Ward. Indiana. That's my second choice. I just like he's tall and athletic. That's all I'm going off of. I saw him dunk 3 times in a game. I'm like, yo, I like this kid.
He shot well last year, too. Add Edie to the list of project centers over 7-3. Yep.
He had that. He went viral for this dunk that he had, bro, and it looked like his leg broke and then snapped back into place. Did you see that shit?
Nah.
Dude, he just walked it off.
Where?
Yes.
No, I didn't see that.
Dude, it's crazy.
Damn, Zach Edey at 9.
Wild. I don't hate Jared McCain either.
No, I don't hate Jared McCain at all. He's like not sexy, but if we took him and kept, I'd be like, I think he could play in the NBA. Yeah. He was determined to get a center. All right, Woj.
All right, now tip the next pick.
Damn, that's a fun landing spot for him, like him personally.
Yeah.
I always think it's dope to go towards the top of the draft to a team that's going to be good. Bro, Utah's a team I can't figure out all these rumors. Like, they tried to trade Mikhail. So, like, they clearly feel like they're ready to go. Like, I feel like we can shut down all the marketing and shit. Doesn't sound like they're selling.
That's what I just don't know how I feel about it, dude.
I know. Sounds like they're buying. They're like, it's like Houston buying, but worse. Like, I feel like Houston's closer than Utah. I don't know.
And with Danny Ainge, I would say he is known to be a collaborator with the coach and not a fuck off type of guy.
Sure.
Will Hardy was talking about this. He was like, yeah, when I go in there with an idea, he doesn't just shut me down.
That's J-Dub's little brother.
They look exactly alike.
Yeah, they do.
Crazy.
Bro, Colorado's got a bunch of dudes projected, which is wild.
I saw a homeless guy wearing that jacket today.
I think that was Tristan Da Silva that they just showed. So everything I've been reading said that someone made a promise to Devin Carter in the top, and everyone thinks it was Chicago. So be curious to see who Chicago takes. And they just traded Caruso. I feel like 11's going to be Devin Carter, which is who I would love. Yeah, at this point, I really wanted Ron Holland or Devin Carter for Philly, assuming we kept the pick, but we probably ain't keeping the pick, so.
What would y'all get in return for this pick? Future assets to trade?
Yeah, so I think it's like either you roll this pick in with wait, who just got traded recently? Oh, Denny Avdia.
Yeah.
So he went for 2 1s. That's where it's hard to like judge, you know what I'm saying? Because I told you I thought we could get BI for 2 1s, like this pick and another one. So like, how do you but Avdia is 23, he doesn't get hurt. He's on a great contract. It's always hard to figure out how the contract weighs down the capital coming in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how BI is perceived right now. and in front offices, it's usually way different than what Twitter thinks, right? Like some of
What is
Twitter
his
thinks he's
contract?
cooked. BI is on an expiring. He's making like 36, but I think he has.
That's what I was asking. I was seeing what his yearly was already.
Yeah, so when you trade for him, it's like the OG situation. Like he's going to go into the offseason wanting damn near a max.
Yeah.
So it's like if you trade stuff, you got to be confident you're going to re-sign him. What number do you re-sign him at? I think he has like a 10 or 15% trade kicker too. So I think his cap hit wouldn't be 36. It'd be like 42. I think I read that today for the acquiring team.
Jesus.
So yeah, but he's basically on an expiring. I don't know how he's viewed with coming off that playoff run and he can't stay healthy.
That's why you're a good counterpart for me, because I am more
like how does the fit?
No, yeah, like the fit, the on-court guy, and you do too. I'm just saying.
No, I follow the transactions a ton.
Yes,
sure.
And I try to do that, but knowing it in depth is hard. I rather just know the end result, if that makes sense.
For
like,
sure.
Yo, how much
we
is
spend
left
all
over?
this time? We spend all this time like Googling the CBA and like trade last night. The Knicks are hard capped at the first apron. They've only have yada yada. They can't re-sign OG and Hartenstein unless they send 2 more players out in the deal. But if they do that, they're hard capped at the second apron, which they have 11 mil more in space. There's so much shit. I don't really know it. I just follow enough people that do, and I like to check in on it.
Yeah, I really just want Bobby Marks to just write
like a
weekly
Bobby Marks
article.
I'm checking for sure.
Like they probably have one already, but I need Bobby Marks to make a NBA cap for dummies.
He probably does. Well, he definitely does an off-season article every year, and he lays out what everyone has available to trade.
Yes.
Cap space. Yeah.
Bobby Marks love when he drops those.
Yeah. Yeah. So ours is like we could have, I don't remember the number, but it's like just throwing out a number. We could have 55 mil in space, but if we trade pick 16, if we don't guarantee Paul Reed, if we cut Ricky Council, we could have 65. It's like there's a lot of like, stuff that's not quite done yet, but here's where they can get to.
Woo pig.
I love Ricky, bro. I hope he comes back.
He was one of
I'd like to think he's an NBA, like a true NBA rotation player. It's going to hinge on his shot.
Yeah.
Like his shot body, he can rebound.
Yeah, his shot is ugly. He shoots with 2 hands.
Yeah, he does.
It's weird, but he was one of the freakiest athletes. He's probably the best in-game dunker kind of athlete I've seen since Michael Qualls.
Yeah.
At Arkansas in particular. He was insane.
No, Ricky's fun, man. It's just, it's going to hinge on that shot.
Damn, I cannot wait to watch this summer league.
Same, bro. That's the best part about getting a rookie.
Yeah.
Or like a young guy going into year 2 that you want to see, did they make the growth? Like I remember before last year, so 2 years ago, when Maxey was going into like year 3, I think. After Ben was traded, he got the full-time role the year before. He averaged like 17 in year 2 or whatever. So they trotted him out for summer league before year 3, and he was dropping 30. Him and Isaiah Joe were cooking, and they were like, "Oh yeah, like he's clearly way too fucking good for these guys now." It's just cool to watch like that growth happen from the real young dudes.
Somebody tweeted, "Y'all think Wemby's playing in the summer league?" And the thing was, he was like dead ass. They're like, "Y'all actually don't know shit about basketball. Are y'all fucking 16 years old?"
Yeah.
Thinking,
Wemby is
dude,
well beyond summer league.
Could you imagine Wemby out there during summer league? He put up 52 in 2 quarters.
Yeah, no, it's a waste of time. If they want to get in game action for like a 6-minute stint, that's fine. But
like, you could just tell with Ben Simmons that it was a confidence thing, because when he's out there versus all the rookies when he's 18, he's like, "I'm the number 1 pick. I'm way better than you motherfuckers." Yeah.
It's all confidence with Ben, all of it.
It was a weird decline, because even like I'd never expected Ben to be 27-9-9 like Braun or something. But dude, he was a solid 18-8-8.
No, they dubbed him like, he's got a chance. He's one of the few guys with the skill set to mimic what Braun does.
I mean, never forget Colin Cowherd's take. That shit goes viral every year again. They just retweet it. They just keep posting it. He's like, "LeBron, we're good. We got Ben Simmons. We're good." Like, what is he talking
back about? In hindsight, it's crazy because when they were trying to trade for Kawhi from the Spurs, And good thing they didn't. Even,
Yeah.
Ben still got us Harden, which got us these picks, which are, we'll see what they do with them now. But Kawhi was going to be a rental, like 100%. Kawhi was going to LA. But the Spurs wanted Ben Simmons, and Philly was like, nah, fuck that. Like, Ben's our guy. Same shit with Jimmy. Everyone,
Yeah.
the most common misconception that pisses me off to this day is Tobias Harris over me. Because it's literally not what happened at all.
I said it when it happened. That
It's
isn't
not
what
happened. They chose Ben. They wanted Ben. Jimmy was going to take the ball out of his hands too much. He ended up just chilling in the dunker spot during that Toronto series. And him and his agent didn't feel like he was being used properly. And if you're Philly, he's like the 22-year-old number 1 overall pick who's 17, 8-8, first team all defense. Like, I get it. I know hindsight's a bitch. We can predict anything with hindsight, but it was always Ben over Jimmy. It was never
Jimmy said it on that podcast. That's the whole thing. When he was with JJ, he was like, "No,
it was the pod with JJ." Yes,
he was like, "No, they wanted to give the ball to Ben, and he didn't have a good relationship with Brett Brown. He was not going to stay there regardless."
Yep. No, he was out.
It's not like Joel would have got him to stay either. It's like nothing would have happened.
It was out.
That draft class is crazy.
Yeah, that is
holy
nuts,
shit.
MJ going third is like. Phew.
Wasn't Sam Perkins ahead of him? Broke his leg twice.
Yeah, he had. Devin Carter's in play, baby. This dude's been running his mouth. I don't know if you've seen any of his interviews.
He was the guy that was projected to be the number 1 pick until this year. Like, it kind of fell off.
Yeah.
Like, he can shoot, apparently. I just saw one tweet with his shooting workout like a year ago, and this dude hit like 58 threes in a row.
And that's what they said. His shooting came down this year, so teams got a little scared. But yeah, he was talking about Risache, the guy that went 1 to the Hawks. The Hawks. And he was like, no, he was basically like, I'll cook him. Like, I'll air fry him. Crazy. I like that. He's confident, though. I like that. That's good. I'm okay with that for the Bulls. Like, to me, at this point, if you're Chicago, man, you got to start taking high upside swings. You can't be drafting, like, maybe a guy who can be a 3-and-D wing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just need to bottom out.
I don't get the franchise. I never will get the franchise. I will never. Man.
Yeah.
Like, we made the play and let's run it back. All right.
That is some of the most loser shit I've ever seen. I can't believe y'all beat them and then went to the finals. Like, that game was over. Like, that game was over.
No, it was. Yeah, we're down. I believe we're down 8 with 2 minutes left, 2:30 left.
It's like it's over. How differently, like imagine Jimmy without that. I don't know. I know they went to the finals already, but like.
But imagine that, though, the Bryn Forbes series and that one being on his resume.
Because that was the year. Yeah, that was when he went fucking nutty on Drew, right? That was that year. Yeah, like imagine none of that. I don't know. It's just crazy, man. The little swing moments that you can have, especially in those play-ins that are just one game, do or die.
That 50-point game.
That was crazy, bro. Like, that was literally out of body shit. I was on my couch, like, when he hit that one that was clearly an offensive foul, but he was still fucking parallel to the ground. He was like,
the game 5 was it? No, it was game 5.
4, maybe. So. I think
game 4 to go up.
I think they were up 2-1 at the time.
Gabe hit the 3. They get that inbound pass.
That's where they didn't use a timeout.
No, and Giannis fumbled the inbound or the tip.
He got the tip, and he was so scared to get fouled, he threw it out of bounds. Yeah.
Yep.
He threw an inaccurate pass to Chris Middleton. Yeah, that was crazy, bro.
And that's why, dude, Jimmy doesn't talk shit first most of the time. But
especially to Drew. Like, no one chirps at Drew.
Dude, and they showed previous interviews of Jimmy talking about Drew. He's like, I love what he stands for, love him as a person from what I know from him. And then he had to have said something like under his breath or something for Jimmy to do that. Because he wasn't even talking shit against the Celtics while we were beating their ass until Grant Williams comes in the goddamn game.
I think it was Jimmy that started. Like, you get in that mode with a 40-piece on the best defender, like, at home, you're like.
Well, and in that game, we were down. We were down again.
Yeah, every game,
Jimmy
down
does
like
do
10
the
in the
shit
fourth.
talking. Yeah, we're down 16. Jimmy does that
I like
shit.
Jimmy. Jimmy's like that
Michael.
He's that Michael Jordan meme, like, where he's got the cigar. Everybody talks shit when they're ahead.
Yep.
0-0. Yeah, that's Jimmy. That's why I fuck with him. He's pure. it's not fake confidence. Like he is like, no, we would have packed up Boston. Like if I was playing, no doubt in
No,
my
he
mind.
dead ass serious.
Yeah, he actually believes everything.
Yeah, I'll never forget. Everybody kept saying that in the bubble, Jimmy was saying, we're better than all these motherfuckers. Nah. And I kept tweeting it just like they keep misquoting him when he was getting guarded by Drew. He said, all this is on you. He didn't say, I own you. That'd be
Yeah,
stupid as shit. In that series, he said, I'm the best motherfucking player. That's what he said. In the he was going against Giannis.
he was.
My God, dude. Would I cry if I had a hoop dream and I made it to the league? I don't know. Maybe if, well, I'm not 18 either.
Oh, I would sob. I would sob.
If I was 18, I probably would cry.
I would sob like a fucking baby, bro. Whole life changes, bro. Think about just the money alone.
Yeah, right when you sign the deal.
I already know OKC is going to take some dude that is awesome, and everyone's going to be like, fuck, they did it again. You know, like Sam Presti's got
Chet.
that.
He'll be the next Chet or SGA in about 4 or 5 years.
Presti's got that aura. They could take the 35th overall guy on the big board. Everyone's like, damn, they did it
What
again.
film is he looking at? Because that motherfucker is looking at a different tape than everybody else is.
Who is that? That's not Buzelis, is it? That's not Buzelis.
No, that wasn't him.
Wait, who'd Chicago? I thought Chicago took Buzelis.
They did. No, it was the Bulls. Yeah, they did.
Right?
What the fuck?
That's not him.
No, I know it's not.
God, I want to check Twitter for the trade, but I don't want to. I know the next pick is spoiled. Actually, let me hop on Twitter, not refresh, and just type in Bulls.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. I turned off all my notifications.
That's not Buzelis, is it?
There's no way that dude changed faces in 5 minutes. There's no way.
Maybe I'm tripping, dude. Maybe
I'm so baffled. No, he literally just had long hair with no acne.
That's not him.
No, it's not.
I'm like, I hate to sound like a super casual, but I'm like, you know, name that face.
All these Nicolas coming out of Serbia, by the way.
That's the aura, bro.
Yeah, everybody apparently is on the Topic kid.
Topic,
so.
yeah. He probably would have went way higher if he didn't show up with that partially torn ACL. Partially torn is so weird, by the way. Like, do you have to operate on that? How's that even work?
I don't think so. That's the whole thing. Like when you get a partially torn, because I believe.
But then do you heal properly? That just, I don't know.
Yeah, I had a partially torn in my left, and then I fully tore it because I didn't let it heal. But you can just let it heal, do rehab, strengthen it up, and it's totally fine. I have my experience with these fucking injuries.
Oh, that feels weird to me. They take Devin Carter for how I'm walking out, though.
There you go. Yeah, you know, the Heat fans were tweeting him next to Jovic, like the real one versus the fake one, shit like that.
He's fucking good, bro. He's like one of those like true feel. Like knows like this guy, Topic. Like knows how to read a game on a high pick and roll. That's like a perfect fucking.
These guys that play in the Euro League at fucking 13.
Yeah. Yeah, Luka's kind of not everyone's gonna be Luka, obviously no one, but
Ricky Rubio
he's played a large part, at least lately, in like reshaping the way we think about, you know, the white European. I know there's guys before him like Dirk.
Yo, when do the Mavs fans bring up his EuroLeague stats when they're talking about his argument when he retires?
Right.
If they would have allowed him to play when he was 16, he would have balled. But that is crazy to think that like people like Rubio and people like Luka actually are going to end up playing basketball for like 26 years.
Right.
Professionally. Just fucking crazy.
KOC already tweeted at Vernon.
How you liking it?
He said, haha, of course. Yeah, this one's interesting, dude, because like theoretically, I don't want to call it a draft and stash because he's coming, but there's no pressure for him to play this year is what I'm saying.
Nah. Mostly, you know when I knew they believed in Casey Williams is when they moved Trey Mann for him. Because he was getting like a lot of burn the year before.
Yeah. I think they just said he's not likely to play until next summer league. Fucking OKC. It must be nice to just have like 17 picks and be able to, like, yeah, we don't need that one right
Fuck
now.
it. That is the funniest thing about OKC, man. If anybody's talking about them, they just instantly go, when are they going to get rid of these picks?
Yeah. Them in Utah, shit.
Why don't they have a draft capital cap?
I know.
Jesus. Presti would be in the fucking luxury tax. Hey,
Nikola,
yo, what up,
Nikola? Yeah, Jovic is solid, man. He's going to be a solid player for a while.
Darko Milicic and Chris Bosh over D-Wade, bro.
I've heard some crazy Darko stories that I don't actually remember that I just remember listening to them being like, not even hindsight, just like, how the fuck did you take him with that knowledge that you already had? And then, of course, everyone that went around him is like, holy shit.
Jeez, Louise.
I remember, I think Carmelo was on a pod talking about if he would have ended up in Detroit, like with that squad, and they were like, you know, it's a player being a player, but he was like, dog, we would have ripped off like, you know, however many in a row. Carmelo on Detroit, that would have been nasty, dude.
Oh,
like the Chauncey.
The real Detroit
yes,
Pistons.
real
Yeah,
Detroit.
when they were making runs. It is crazy to see how good Rip Hamilton actually was, man. He was
nice.
still good when he was on the Bulls.
Yeah, Rip was nice, bro.
UConn guards.
He's like Ben Gordon, bro. I feel like Ben Gordon was good as fuck, like just forever.
Yo, the year after we won the title, I believe it was, the first title with D-Wade, Ben Gordon fucking fried us.
Really?
And D-Wade was guarding him. He was getting cooked with that weird kick up your legs jumper.
Yeah.
Ben Gordon was like an incredible 2K player.
Yes.
And now, when you look back at his stats, is that what you're looking up?
I just looked at him, yeah.
It's so funny because they're not impressive to a new basketball fan that's been watching since like 17.
That's what I'm saying.
If you average 24
I was just about to say
2010, you were fucking amazing.
Bro. Yeah. Everybody averages 20 now.
Because I'll never forget the list. There was a list, and it involves D-Wade, obviously, but it said the only 5 players in history, and this was in 2012, 11, only 5 players in history with 5 consecutive seasons of averaging 25, 5, and 5. There was like 6 of them.
Damn.
And then now that's like that's
like
Kyle
6
Kuzma.
in a year. Yeah.
It's like
it's crazy,
like,
bro.
all right, whatever.
Yeah, the game's just changing.
Yeah, it is cool to see that though at the same time where
that's why old heads swear by their guys. You know, they're like,
yeah,
it's like you can only play in the era that, you know, like you can't freeze time and then drop some, I don't know, like everything would have changed.
Well, as I'm getting older, I haven't even rejected the fact that they're way better now. The role players back in the day, like Andre Nocioni, whatever the hell his name was, like Nocioni, like he wouldn't have a spot on a roster now.
Yeah, they would have looked at Jamal Crawford like he was a fucking alien.
Like,
if you dropped him into the 90s.
Yes. And
that's why we really do need to do like GOAT debates. They have to be like, they got to cut them off with eras for sure.
And I've said this a million times on the pod, and I'll say it again. I instantly got the Michael Jordan thing. I'm not saying like he's like top 10. I get why he is a mythical creature to these people. Yeah. When I watched that series, him versus Magic with no Kareem, 1990, 1991 finals. There goes Devin Carter. That's another school with some decent pros. Didn't Chris Dunn come out of fucking Providence?
Yeah, he did. Damn, that's their like theoretical Caruso replacement. Because I don't know if you saw that. They offered pick 13.
For his dad's Anthony Carter. Wow.
Yeah, he's on the.
Didn't know this.
The Magic? I don't forget where he's at. He's coaching
There's
somewhere.
Chris Dunn.
Yep. Yeah, because they offered pick 13 for Caruso, apparently.
Not enough.
Yeah, didn't have a Josh Giddey.
Give me the walking 20 minutes.
7, 7,
14.
and 8. Yeah. Damn, I wanted him a lot, man. I'm glad he wasn't on the board for the Heat, though, low key.
Who do we take here, man?
Yeah, we're coming up, bro.
Aren't the draft day trades like not official until the draft's over or some shit for the NBA?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Because
saying.
they always do that thing like it just said trade proposal.
Yeah. I don't think they can go official to the new league year, I think, if I'm right.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's why, dude, why are people getting charged for tampering when shit like this is going on?
Yeah, they need to.
I don't understand it.
Everyone's doing it. Just fuck off.
But I would like to see the rumors and all that if tampering was allowed.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Like Daryl Morey and Pat Riley on a microphone being able to tamper. Hey,
like
we would love to have Paul George.
Yeah,
like all these guys.
It'd basically be that Woj tweet that he dropped about Houston. Like, yeah, they want Kevin Durant. Like, I wish we just got those all the time.
Yeah, but from
like,
the GM.
Like Daryl, yeah. Like, yeah, we just offered 5-1s for Brandon Ingram. Like, wish all that shit went public.
All right, Miami's coming up. Philly's coming up. From here, once again, I have said this for 3 goddamn years. For some reason, Philly fans know this as well. My team will not invest in a real backup big unless they're 37 and their name is Kevin Love or they're Dwayne Dedman.
Fucking Dwayne Dedman. My God. DeAndre Jordan.
Myers Leonard.
Dwight Howard.
God. DeAndre Jordan.
Greg Monroe. DeAndre Jordan.
Greg Monroe, man.
God, bro. They actually tried it out in a
talk about draft. Isn't it he was projected like some generational talent.
Greg Monroe was cold coming out, bro.
Like from UConn or Georgetown, my bad.
Yeah, he was one of the last like back to the basket.
Bigs. Yeah, and he had a little midi too.
Yeah.
They're like, whoa, he can stretch the floor.
Yeah, he was like a little bit of Zebo. Yeah, that player can't exist anymore.
They don't. The mid-range. I was watching these old LeBron highlights. Oh, Woj just talking. Let's see who they pick.
Yeah, so this is the Avdia trade.
Oh. Yeah, but I was watching old Braun highlights. You know the videos I actually like to watch, which is random? That is a bunch for that fucking bum.
It's a haul. I think getting off Brogdon put them like below the tax line too.
Yeah, because Brogdon was expensive, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I think like 20.
I was literally about to say 20 plus. 20. That's crazy as hell to pay that guy that.
When I read that helped them get below the tax, I'm like, how the fuck is Portland that expensive? And then I forget Jeremy Grant's making fucking.
Robert Williams probably got a good check too.
Williams. This is decent. I think like 10 or 11.
Really? And then
he signed like 4 for 40 something with Boston.
Isn't Ayton getting?
Ayton's making 30, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got like I thought 5 for 150-ish or something like that. Which.
Where did that money go?
Yeah, Jeremy Grant. Because I've seen the only rumors I've seen on the Mavs are dumping Tim to the Pistons, and they're looking at Quentin Grimes or Jeremy Grant. That's the only shit I've seen on Dallas. But it sounds like they want to dump Tim so they can pay Derek Jones. I'll tell you the most commonly mocked dudes I saw at a Philly at 16, like late in the year after the board went, was it's been like Jared McCain and Jacoby Walter are the two that I've seen in like every fucking mock.
Well, I saw Rob Dillingham mock to us.
Yeah.
It was Pat who fucking gave out that rumor.
Yeah, especially late.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've been tweeting about Rob Dillingham for a year and a half. So it wasn't like, oh, he's mocked. Let me tweet about him.
And then Tristan Da Silva, too. Although I've started to see him at the Lakers pick in like every fucking mock.
Talking about backup centers, we had Chris Silva as a backup center. My God.
Chris Silva. I forgot about that dude.
The fucking people we put behind Bam. Jesus. His off-on defense is fucking Joel Embiid.
Dog, we started Boban Marjanovic in the playoffs against Toronto. Not started. He backed up Joe against the Raptors. Bub. This dude's a bucket. Have you seen this guy at all?
Yeah. Saw his highlights. I crammed before the stream. I don't have any information to give, so I'm not really tripping.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did see his highlights. They said, "Yo, this kid from Pittsburgh." And now I'm being more reasonable with my draft pick because we don't really need a point guard at this point.
Yeah.
Even though like bringing in Rob, I'm not saying you move Terry Rozier, a certified 20 point per game scorer in the NBA, for a fucking rookie to come in and take his role.
Yeah.
But even if Rob shows you some flashes in the first year or two, you can trade Terry later on. But
well, that's another environment where like y'all's defense is such on a string.
yeah,
like, y'all been able to survive Tyler Hero being out there because you just so fucking.
Bro, we have lineups with Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson on the court.
There's a few teams that can protect those guys. There's just not many. Which is why Rob, I guess he's going to Minnesota now. Minnesota can probably protect him too, though.
To say the least.
As anyone could, yeah.
Well, he may lead to Cat fouling out in 50% of the games now, but
yeah, no shit. Yeah, this dude's a bucket.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was the long sleeves that I remembered about him.
Yeah.
Is he going to wear that shit in the league? Is that even allowed in the NBA? I haven't seen anybody wear double long sleeves.
Yeah, same. I don't think I have either.
Ever. And who the fuck wants to hoop in double long? The last time I hooped in a long sleeve shirt, I wanted to rip it off.
Yeah, I used to hoop in that Arkansas shirt that
you
left. And it's like Braun stretching out his jersey. Like,
yeah,
you can't have anything restricting. Yeah. Long sleeve just feels too restricting.
Yo, before we pick, dude, funniest story about me and Chris. He just talked about Boban. Me and Chris got in our biggest fight ever in our friendship the night Boban was putting Hassan in the fucking basket. Funniest shit ever.
Yeah, we did.
Cannot believe he did that to us.
I would say that was our biggest, and the Zion against Carolina shit.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that one? Where he like blew out his shoe, I think. I was like, bro, everyone fucking loves this. You're like, nobody's fucking watching this. I'm like, bro, the whole world's watching this dude.
Nobody's watching that shit. I'm playing Apex Legends.
I like how they showed Joe and Maxie because they're the only two motherfuckers we got on the roster, like straight up.
Jesus, man. Y'all's roster.
It's dead-ass blank slate.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know.
But Joe's talked about this too. He's like, you look around at all the champions, like they played together like for years. Like,
yeah.
And so I'm like, all you're doing is like, I don't know, the clock's reset again. I'm like,
yeah, if you really
like, they talk about midseason trades, how nobody wins the title with midseason trades. Like
that was gonna be my main point with the Mavericks.
Like the Lakers, I think, right? The Powell thing. Like, I think they're the only team, and I think someone might have said they didn't even win it that year. It was the next year. Maybe it's the same year. I don't remember.
That was the whole thing with the Mavs that made it incredible was you made these moves in the middle of the year. And to me, if you have anybody other than Luka and Jokic, to me, you don't make it there.
Yeah.
But since Luka's Luka, it didn't disqualify them from the championship. And I always believe in Luka because it's a 5-on-5 sport. I wasn't really thinking they can make a title run with a new lineup, not knowing like PJ had the ball a lot in Charlotte, like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of projection. And like, I think after the deadline, they lost like 6 of 7 or so. They went on like a
it looked like they were about to go to tanking.
So everyone was like, oh my God. Like they gave up 2, they gave 1 for Gafford, like a 1 for PJ. Everyone was killing them.
That's when the Luka jersey edits started flowing on Twitter.
And then I think once they pulled Josh Green and put in Derek Jones, they were the best defense in the NBA. Like since then,
and
they just fucking lit the world on fire.
And then them and
just one role player swap, like
them and the Warriors at the end of the season just went on a fucking tear.
Yeah,
never forget that Warriors run, dude. Clay looked like Clay again for like there was months that he was just going for 25 every night.
Yeah.
But now
he does do that, bro.
Oh, dropping dimes 20 dropped that Klay Thompson is out of Golden State earlier today.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I mean, duh. To me, that's a duh.
I feel like that one's like duh. Tea leaves right there. It sounds like it.
Do you think, like, just talking about basketball here, do you think they make a move with Draymond involved?
No.
Like,
not this year.
You don't?
I think
You don't think they're a year early people instead of a year late?
I I think their entire defense gets compromised.
That's what I think too.
I just like he's given them every single fucking opportunity on the planet to be like, we're done.
We're out.
This is too much, bro. Like for them to still have him is kind of crazy when you put it in perspective with all the bullshit.
And I think those conversations behind closed doors go differently than people think. I don't think this is a stern talking to.
Yeah.
Or if it is, that's what it is. It isn't some like, yo, what the fuck are you on? Like, Draymond, chill. Go take your vacation. Chill out. We'll get the PR team on it.
Because for him, that's part of what makes him great is like going right up to the line. You know, like those guys that play with, he didn't know how to quit crossing it.
He doesn't.
Yeah, I think they know that if they trade him, their entire defense is compromised. I think, to me, like, I don't think they can.
Okay, Chris.
Also, he's like a weird fucking fit everywhere else. Like, he's a really hard dude to project without Steph.
So my main point is that I don't think he can play worse than he played last year.
Yeah, he was not good.
It was the worst year of his career. But I have to feed my dog. You entertain the people while this pick is in. I'm going to put the food in the bowl.
All right. What's up, buddy? All right, peeps.
I fucking hate this dog. This dog doesn't eat food. Dude, when her mom isn't here, this bitch turns anorexic, starving herself. All right, who do we get here? Give me a center. And the thing is, why am I asking for a center? Because he's not going to fucking play.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of pods on Philly centers too, where they consider a backup. I'm like,
none.
If Joel goes down, you're done. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yes.
It matters if he's there, but you're not taking one with a premium pick to be a backup.
I literally just want a backup center so Bam can sit down and
not go to shit. So do I. I want a real backup center.
Like, why can't I get a Derek Lively?
Yeah, legit.
Why can't I get that?
But they took him at 11, to be fair. So
no, I know. But I'm saying, why can't I get a guy that can just play when he comes in the league? And I'm not asking for anything, but a guy who can 37-year-old the same defensive schemes that we can with Bam. I'm not asking you to be fucking Bam Adebayo, who can guard Jason Tatum for a whole series and clamp.
That's the problem with those. We're in the same boat there defensively too, which is why I like this combo. It's like
bro,
you're not going to find someone like Joel who can uplift
the drop off of the switchability from Kevin Love to Bam, from Bam to Kevin Love.
I'm going McCain.
Getting here.
Ooh.
We got a fucking. I knew it. That was my second guy.
Nice. That's nice.
Bang.
He's an athlete.
There's
your center, bro. That's nice. I don't know enough about his defense, but I heard he shot well. He's a freaky athlete. So like you would think you can at least, if you have athletic traits, you get him in the Spo school of.
Yes.
That's dope.
Because that's what, dude. Once again, when I say
if his shot's real too, you can play him with Bam theoretically.
Exactly.
And not sacrifice rebounding or.
People take it as I'm comparing him to Bam, but people forget that Bam was literally just like the foundation of a player. He was just like this athletic freak coming out. He was looked at as an undersized center because he couldn't shoot well enough to be a power forward.
Yeah, so it's like he's in that weird tweener stage where we don't even know if he can make it.
Yeah.
Damn. That's got to be dope to get one of the guys you wanted. I
only had two on my list. I had two.
I've seen McCain and Jacoby Walter mocked the most. And then all the Philly beat guys who have said if we are sticking and picking and not trading, they want upside. So they wanted Ron Holland or Isaiah Collier. Because Isaiah Collier's shit has been weird too. Like I think he came in as one of the top recruits in the country.
That's a weird player as well, because I've seen a lot about him, and here he is available at 16 or whatever. 16, 10, and 2. All right. It's the first thing I tweet about him. What else?
Can't wait to dive into the pick tonight. Scrolling.
Showed the poster that he had where his leg broke in half.
Shot looks smooth too.
I'm about to say that shot is not ugly.
That's good mechanics.
Yeah, if y'all think I tuned into a fucking Indiana game this year, you're a nutcase.
Yeah, nah.
Right when Arkansas season went into the shitter, I turned all college basketball off.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
It's just one of those things where the overtime league and the early G League players, it's really killing the product, bro.
For sure.
And I hate to be that Debbie Downer guy, but that is real.
No,
Like
college is
I was
unwatchable
tuning
now.
in, I would tune into an overtime game if I just randomly wanted to. I would be like, all right, I mean, it's live streamed on Twitter. I can click on it. I can watch Amin Thompson and his brother go crazy. Yeah, I'll watch it.
No doubt. All right, Philly. Who we going, boys?
Damn, where's JJ Redick at? Fuck.
For real, though. Just show me a fucking trade notification, bro. Just let me see something sweet right here.
What did he just say? That's what I've been saying. I've been asking for a center.
Bobby. Yeah, that shot looks good.
Yeah.
I'll Google his stats. He probably didn't put too many up from 3, but I feel like with that shot, you can work with that.
Watch me shot like fucking 4 a game.
Yeah, something crazy. 4 a game in college would be bananas.
That's Isaiah Joe put up 11-9, something like that.
That's stupid.
He was doing. He caught that ball. He fucking heaved it.
He shot 42.5% on 1.3 a game.
Look at this. Dalton Connett.
Dude, he was high as fuck in some mocks. I don't know.
That's what he said. He said he should have went in the lottery.
He's got a strap. He was playing. I don't know if you watched the tournament at all.
Yeah,
they played Purdue. That dude was like solo playing for Tennessee. Nobody helped his ass out. He's old too. 23, 24, I think.
Jeez Louise. It is so funny that we picked back-to-back. I think that's happened a couple years, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Here they go, talking about Paul.
Yep. This shit was funny as hell, dude. I remember texting this to you.
Oh, my God. I didn't even know this. He's a fucking Little Rock native.
Khalil?
Yeah. I'm
destiny.
already all in. What?
It's destiny, bro.
I'm all in. Why wasn't he a hog, though? That's like our thing.
I fucking love Maxey, dog.
Maxey's incredible.
Yeah, he'll easily be on the pantheon of my all-time favorite Sixers.
I did not like that comment from Bobby Marks, and maybe I took it the wrong way.
Which one?
He said this was their free agency. That's what he said about the Heat. Now, he then followed it up with if he was on the...
referring, yeah. I guess he's just referring to your cap, though. Like, you just don't...
Maybe he's saying that, but then he said he's like if he was a free agent this year, he'd be the 3rd or 4th best center in the free agency pool.
That's high praise. I mean...
I would have to look.
I mean, it's Claxton, Hartenstein, and then him if he's 3.
Yeah, was it him?
Yeah.
Dude, give me the DeAndre Ayton. I want out of Portland tweet. What the fuck is his trade value? Oh my God, it was him.
Who?
That was the fucking guy on NBA TV that was standing up.
He's a fucking guru. I read all his stuff.
There you go. That was him. He was on NBA TV today.
Yeah, Gavone. He's on. Zach Lowe brings him on every year around the draft.
Wow. I compared him to Zach Lowe.
Yeah, he had him on this year.
That's hilarious.
He's like, I took a bus to go see Front de Fru. And he's like grinder, like on the road.
Oh, no, I definitely believe it. The way he was talking.
These are the guys.
Like
these are the guys that put out the 2025 mocks like tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
They do like the early look at next year, and they already.
He's like the Todd McShay and Mel Kiper of
Yeah, he's ESPN's draft guy. God, he is.
This shit is going down to the wire, huh?
He is upset about Connect not being picked.
Yeah, he did rage a little bit.
Prediction?
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I feel like they got to get some wing power, but I don't see a wing good enough that's going to play. I would say McCain, gun to my head.
Dude, you know what? It's so
Johnny
shitty.
Furphy can shoot that thing.
You know what I haven't seen yet?
Hmm.
He hasn't given us a player comparison.
Yeah, no. I wonder if they told them to stop that shit.
I think they did.
They had
Or
to.
he personally did because he was tired of being attacked.
Yeah. You look like an idiot. That one. Have you seen that one floating around from? Is it Seth Greenberg, the bald guy that's on all the
Yeah,
college
yeah.
stuff?
He was a Virginia Tech coach. Yeah.
Yeah, his Mo Bamba comparison comes back this time every year.
What do you
He's
say?
like he's a combination of Anthony Davis. I forget the other one. I didn't watch it today, but it's on the timeline again. It always cracks my ass up.
Jay Billis usually tries not to give superstar comparisons. He gave like the 19th pick in the draft one year, Kawhi Leonard, after he won the title.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh.
Yeah, they're just announcing the. Adam Silver said,
Yeah.
"Guys already know that." Who we got, boys?
Hey, I actually like him. He's a little TikToker, but I like him.
Yeah, he paints his nails like Caleb, but it's all right. He can hoop.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, he's a super common mocked guy to Philly. I don't know if you're staying, bud, but we'll take you if
You
you
might be out of town by today.
Yeah, you might be out tonight.
Oh, God. Look at this. NBA Central. Jared McCain and Tyrese Maxey in the same backcourt.
I just saw that.
They're playing 3-on-5, bro.
Pass to Batum. Bang! Bang!
I'm not gonna lie, man. Damn. I love the pick. We finally got him.
I thought y'all were getting McCain. Not gonna lie. This dude, they just talk about his character like all day. They're like he's the cleanest character in the draft. Like,
yeah. I think with our development program, we look for certain things in certain players.
For sure.
Like with Tyler, we were like, all right, smaller guard. I bet the interview with Tyler when he comes out of college is fucking. I bet Pat Riley got hype.
Yeah, no doubt.
Because the way he talks, bro, he's like, fuck all of them. I'm better than all these pussies. Zion? Bro. Who the fuck is Zion?
Yeah, I'm the best, bro.
Yeah, I think with big men, we've kind of like even with the Orlando Robinson thing, it's kind of like he's long, he shows a certain skill set, and then we'll try to develop it. TikToks. Ooh.
Got us a TikToker, baby. Hey.
Smart guy. He got his NIL deal and getting his bag from TikTok.
Yeah, it ain't bad.
2.8 million followers, bro. He is getting a fucking
That's crazy.
Heck.
Yeah, he's got a strap. I probably watch more of him just being at Duke than
exactly.
Yeah, any non-Carolina player.
Yeah, it's kind of like that for me a lot of times with the college basketball. It's like I'm up to date. When Arkansas is like relevant and doing well, I'm going to watch, obviously. And then I'm like, I know all the SEC guys. Like, yo, that dude's cold as fuck. Like when Grant Williams came out of college, I was like, how is this 6'6" guy going to be good in the NBA? He was a fucking center basically in college.
Yeah. Him and Admiral Schofield, I remember them over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, he's a small guard, though, so I always go back to can him and Maxey share a court? I don't know. You got all these fucking death lineups with wings now with the Knicks and Boston, and it just feels like you can't have two guys on the court that you can hunt.
Feels that way.
Yeah, maybe not. Who knows? What's up, Jared?
Are they twins? Dude. They were talking about Johnny Furphy, too, on today.
He's got a strap.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. So funny, man. Everything I've read about this draft just isn't good.
Yeah.
And then, like I told you, statistically, there will be a star. I'm not saying a generational talent.
Yeah.
There will be a star, an all-star
Yeah.
in this draft.
Yeah. Probably a couple just sprinkled in.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That would kind of suck to be the Hawks, bro. Like you go way up in the lottery odds, you get the 1 pick, and it's like, hey, why couldn't we get this shit last year?
Yeah, because imagine you get the 1 pick. I'm not saying
Bro, they
you get
had like
Wemby.
the 10th best odds. They went like
that's what I'm saying. You don't get Wemby, but give me another great player that's a 1. Like you know what I'm saying?
Potential couple-time all-star, yeah.
Yeah, like an instant impact guy that you can plug in and he'll average like a Jaden Ivey type guy where he's like Jaden Ivey. If you watch him play in the NBA, he was actually pretty cold. I ain't gonna lie. He's got it. You can tell he's got something to him.
Yeah, he definitely has something you can work with. The Lakers. Where's JJ?
There he is. Tatted up. He's the only one with tats in the room, baby.
Is that him with the beanie?
No, he's walking around at the front of the table by Rob.
Oh, there he is.
By the TVs.
That's wild, bro.
You got the whole sleeve. I fucking loved his press conference, by the way.
Nah, he's built to be in front of a mic. That shit was perfect. All right, who are they going? I've seen a lot of the Baylor dude mock to them.
Shooting. They have to get shooters.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch of that Baylor center mock to them. And De Silva. Like De Silva and that his last name's I don't know, Ives Misi. You'll see him on this big board.
Yeah, the way that they're talking, the way JJ is talking about being collaborative with AD.
Yeah, they want him to be more of like
this sounds like they're going back to what they did in the bubble where he's the floater on the backside and kind of just letting everything come to him.
Still sounds like he doesn't want to play the 5 either.
No, and that's the thing. He shouldn't be the 5.
Yeah. Another trade?
Shut up.
Oh, we already heard this, bro.
Like how they announce it just now.
It's got to be weird if you're a fan in there who doesn't have their phone on you. You're like, holy shit.
Yeah, because like
they announce it way late.
There you go.
That's a shooter.
They have to have shooting. Yeah. Dude, watching them play basketball was fucking repulsive last year.
It really was.
I cannot believe he still coaches.
No shit, dude. Hang him up. Go beat
Rick Barnes, is that his name?
Yeah.
He was a Texas coach. Did he coached KD? I believe.
Yeah. TJ Ford, I think, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abubi Gibson.
Yeah, maybe.
DJ Augustine.
Yeah, DJ Augustine for sure.
Who's the other?
Yeah, Lakers need shooting. Got a strap. He's old too. Like he's not the same player as Jaime, but like that's a guy who
a veteran. Dude, I like that shit.
Yeah, you got to play it because they got to win now.
Because with Jaime, it was really funny because whether you thought he was going to be this good his rookie year, which kind of tapered off like drastically at the end of the season.
Yeah, he hit a wall.
Yeah. You could tell that he knows how to play basketball.
Yeah.
He had like a pro game when you watch just even a little bit of his highlights.
Yeah, he knows how to hoop.
And luckily, I knew a lot about him because it was the year that the Hogs had a deep run in the tournament. We went to the Elite Eight with Jalen Williams and shit, and they had also made a run with Jaime.
Yeah. Yeah, UCLA was good.
He averaged 22.
You got a strat, bro. Yeah, 22 in college is hooping.
That's crazy. Bro, those teams can't score 100. They get to like 80.
Yeah.
Maybe 80.
Yeah, that shot is butter.
And it's quick.
Yeah.
That's the thing when guys usually come out of college and they're great shooters, right? Not like the Bradley Beals where they knew he would be an elite shooter right when he stepped in the league. But like guys like this, they usually have like a slower strat. They have some fundamentals wrong with their jumper. His shit is coming off the top of his hand right when he touches it.
Yeah, some of these guys, they can shoot a great percentage, but it's like 1.5 attempts a game and they catch it and they got to be like,
yeah, like wide
Square
open.
that shit up. Yeah, he can score. I'll be right back. Grab some food.
Bet. How entertaining have we been? Have we given you any insight into this goddamn draft? Has Chris laughed at one of my jokes that I've made? No. He's not even. I made one Trump joke. It wasn't even going at Trump. He just like, hey, whoa. We're not going there on this pod. Fine by me, dude. Jesus. But you want me to do a little mini podcast segment here? If he comes in, Khalil Ware, if he comes in, and we just give him a chance to play, and he is even, I mean, if he can play 15 minutes of good backup center play, I am ecstatic. I've been begging for it. I just went off the list of the backup centers that we've had. It has not been good. And when you have a star, mostly a star that is a bigger guy, you got to have something to back him up. You have to. Out here praying on fucking Paul Reed? I don't think so.
Pete Reed, man. He had a good run, brother.
Chris just going ham.
Starving, bro.
I bet. I had to eat a shit ton before I got on this goddamn stream. I was dying. All right. My turn to go get some water. I will be back.
All right.
Now you want to eat. I'm still very curious as to how we haven't had many trades.
I know. Tristan Da Silva, another versatile wing. Oh, they got to get a ball handler.
Oh, God, another versatile wing in fucking Orlando.
Yeah. Whose offensive game is limited.
When we talk about teams that are stupid, I always put the Magic up there for a couple years before Banchero came, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I never understood, like, even when they drafted Anthony Black. Yeah. I'm like, bro, you have Suggs. You have Cole Anthony. You have Markelle.
I feel like all the talk at that time was that they were
moving Cole Anthony.
Yeah, they had too many guards, and Cole Anthony was going out, or whoever. Yeah, they got to get somebody that can dribble and shoot. I feel like,
but they all bring their own element to the game, which is weird. Like Suggs brings like a potential good night on offense. It doesn't look good most of the time, but he is fucking clamps.
Oh, he's
all defensive
guard defenders in the world.
And it's cool because I think he spoke on this. He kind of found his role in the league where he came from scoring a lot of points, being the star to getting to the league. And he's like, damn, I cannot get a bucket on these guys. Like he literally said that. He was like, I was getting my best moves off and they weren't fucking nudging.
Yeah. Some people thought he was like not out of the league, but like on his way to being like,
a
quick minimum player.
Wasn't he number 4?
Yeah. He went right after Scotty.
Yeah.
Remember they took Scotty over him and everyone was like, what the fuck? Toronto ruined this. And now Toronto knew.
A dude has a good night in the tournament and everybody's like, yo, him. I think that's why the
generational tournament run will get you. Remember Carson Edwards, bro?
Dude, Derek Williams.
Yeah.
Derek Williams at Arizona single-handedly raced. Dude, they talked about this extensively on ESPN one day. They're like, the tournament, is it real? Da-da-da. And then one of the GMs they have was like, yeah, Derek Williams convinced us to draft him off a tournament run. Like he plays his best in the biggest moments.
Right.
He shot 30% or something in his college career, and he went on a burner for the tournament at Arizona.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, what?
I know.
I forgot his draft class. Somebody good win that class too. But he wasn't even in the top 20 prospects, I believe, before the tournament. And then all of a sudden he was top
going
5.
Top 5, yeah. Yeah, still Orlando's still, they got to get him. They're another team that needs a point guard in there.
What did you get to eat, Chris?
We got some Chili's.
Oh, dude, you did tell me that. Damn. You got the chicken crispers?
Nah, I got the triple dipper wings.
Bro, the appetizer.
Southwestern egg rolls, yeah.
I think when I go to places like that, I literally just want to feast on appetizers the whole time. Same. I don't even give a shit about getting like a burger.
I usually get the crispers, but they don't deliver well. Like by the time you get them.
Oh, they're soggy as shit.
Yeah.
And they changed the recipe, bro. What happened to the the OG ones were like the best thing they've ever had, and they changed it.
They had like a little honey chicken.
It was like a beer batter. It was almost like a waffle on top of the. Oh my god.
Yeah, so I don't like them by the time they get here, but you know me with wings, I can eat this shit room temp, so that's why I don't mind getting the wings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Will you lay down, dude? This damn dog. Okay, so the Sixers have like 4 people rostered now.
We can almost fill the roster, guys.
You can feel the roster filling up. You got this guy at a good price, good rookie contract.
Okay.
You see the vision?
Yeah, I'm starting to see it. When he's traded tomorrow, I'll fully see it.
Yeah, we'll see.
No, but he's like, we keep him. That's an extra $4 million on the cap. That's his cap slot. So I think if we renounced Paul Reed and Ricky, that we're at like 61 in space.
Yeah.
And to tie it in, like that's literally with 3. That would be with McCain, Maxey, and Embiid, 61. If you get Paul George, let's just say theoretically, pretty sure that first year salary starts at 49. So you have 4 players on your roster with 12 million in space and the $8 million exception. And you have to field a team of 12.
So I would ask you
have 12 mil plus the 8 million exception. And then you can start signing minimums. I'm like, that's 12 mils.
Would you rather get the Paul Georges of the world, right? You get a Paul George, and basically, like I really toot my own horn when I need to. I said 2 or 3 years ago the super team was dead because the role player talent has grown so much in the NBA. You can not only have 3 dudes on the court that have skill.
Yeah.
So would you rather have another star? I'm guessing you would, because in Philly, y'all have tried this whole like, let's go the role player route and try to get veterans and try to get a shooter and try to get the fit, but it just hasn't worked out.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
3.
It was hard for so long.
Him, I mean,
that's what I'm saying. It was hard for so long because Tobias Harris was on a max deal, like just a hair below the max. Tobias Harris made over $40 million last year.
Yeah.
40, bro. And he averaged 8 a game in the Knicks series. It's like, and to your point, you said when we were talking about the super team being dead with 3 stars, that was before the new CBA.
Yeah.
Now the new CBAs come out, and it's like, once you start getting over the first and second apron, it heavily restrict you. Like the second apron, I believe some of the restrictions are, you can't send out more salary than you take in. It's got to match like or you can't take in more than you send out. You can't sign buyout guys. Like you can't aggregate salary. So if you're wanting to make a 2-for-1 trade, you can't do that. It has to be 2 for 2, 1 for 1, 3 for 3. All the money has to match.
Or it could be the Warriors. The Warriors paid like the biggest luxury tax ever.
Yeah. But the new CBA kicks in this year, like all the second aprons and stuff. Those restrictions all start now.
I see.
So like for all the teams chilling way up, like Phoenix can't do anything, especially when they bring back Royce O'Neal, because they have to. They're gonna have to overpay him. They can pay him a certain salary, but if they let Royce walk, they cannot give an outside free agent Royce the same salary. It's hard to explain. Like they can go over the tax with their current free agent, but they can't sign it with someone. So they're like, their hand is being forced to pay Royce because they don't have an option to replace him.
It's crazy to me. Royce O'Neal in a Jazz jersey like 3 or 4 years ago was like a useful player.
Yeah, like a sought-after role player.
And those role players' careers age quicker than any other player, I swear to God.
Yeah, so like to answer
those guys will go like Jay Crowder. Jay Crowder was like a valuable piece, a 3-and-D guy, and then he's a bum now.
A fall off a cliff. Yeah, he can't play anymore.
Jacoby Walter.
Yeah, I don't know. To answer your question, it's tough. That's the thing that Philly fans have been talking about all offseason because it's like you look at Phoenix, right? Like they had no bench though, like none. Like they're giving Drew Eubanks real minutes. Their defense is so bad with Nurkic at the rim that they're trying to give Eubanks a run at the 5 to kind of figure something out. And they're coming off the bench with fucking Saban Lee, and I guess Eric Gordon's still a solid player at this point, but he's clearly not the same guy. He's still good.
He can't move on defense either.
Yeah, to your point, if we give Paul George a max deal, like you can't like the KCP, all them people are gone. Like you can't afford any of that.
That's what I mean.
It's basically you have 12 mil to fit one. Like role players go for north of 12 these days. Danny Avdija is making north of 12. It's like you can barely fit in a useful role player. Caruso's making 8, for example, and that's just because of how old his deal is. So it's like you have that $8 million exception that you can sign, like say Kelly Oubre, and then you have 12 mil to fill out the roster. I don't. If you're gonna go that route, the 3 dudes have to be true max dudes. To answer your question,
that's what I mean.
And I think we have 2 of those. Like no one's gonna argue about Joel, and I think Maxey's a true.
Yeah, he's getting there if he's not there already.
Yeah, he's not a superstar, but he's OG Anunoby just got almost the max. Like 5 he got more than Maxey. So
and don't get it twisted.
Some teams can do it. Like the Knicks are able to. They have a full roster. They have 7 dudes before they signed OG. They have
but now with Mikal being there, I mean, with Julius Randle on the roster, he's their 4th best player.
Yeah, bro, their bench
paying him
right
$40 million.
Yeah, I still expect them to move him. I feel like, but yeah, their bench is DiVincenzo.
No, that's what I'm saying. With him on the roster,
yeah, right now with him on the roster, their bench is DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, and Miles McBride. Like,
what if y'all end up with Julius?
No, I'll quit watching hoops. No, straight up. Daryl would never. Daryl's an analytics guy, maybe to a fault sometimes. Yeah, yeah. I think Daryl's, which is why BI like makes me so queasy.
Yeah.
You can't.
And why would he take BI?
You can't have someone operate in the same vicinity that your best player did. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like DeMar. DeMar could be fucking great for somebody else who doesn't operate in that. But Joel is the better player. So you don't want to bring in anybody who wants to. It's like Tobias. Like all his faults were he wouldn't take the quick catch and shoot 3. He wanted to operate exactly where Joe operated, but he wasn't good enough to warrant it. But that's where you had to give him touches. So it became like this. Even when he spaced well, he was too hesitant. Like he'd catch and shoot. He'd dribble out of a great shot to go, post up, shoot a turnaround 18-footer. Like DeRozan would not fit for us, but I think DeRozan's a fucking good player. He just doesn't. He wouldn't fit in Philly's concept.
I would combat that with. I know Miami is an anomaly with everything.
Yes, they are. It's hard to,
Jimmy and Bam operate in almost the exact same areas.
That's a good point.
And I think what actually happens is, I know, like through the regular season, it's a rough watch.
I was about to say, like your offense is pissed though, right? Like normally.
Yeah, but in the playoffs, I know we rely on our defense, but the offense, once again, it comes down to like the Joel drop off. If you have a BI coming in and taking the ISO shots with a Maxey instead of a fucking Tobias Harris or whoever the hell's out there, it becomes more pleasing to have that during the playoffs specifically.
It does, because
during the regular season, it's a rough watch for Heat fans every year.
We talk like Joel's can only shoot middies. Like he's capable of operating all around the floor. Like, he'll shoot a catch and shoot 3. Like he's not a great 3-point shooter, but he's a stretch. People will guard him out there. And like, I think the Toby PTSD has just become so bad where people are comping BI to Tobias. I'm like, no, like just turn on injury concerns aside with BI, which are very fucking real. Turn on their games. That's not the same player at all.
Yeah. And that has to deal with decision-making too. Yeah. And Tobias, some games, like you could
B.I. is a
tell.
much better passer than Toby.
Yeah, and it's just like Tobias gets in this mode where he is like, no, it's my time to shoot a shot.
Yeah,
and he has no right to believe.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, to keep him happy, they're like designing plays to get him touches, and it's like you're not currently good enough to warrant that. Whereas Bi actually would be. Like he's not Luka passing, but he's capable enough to run a high pick and roll and make a decision. Like Tobias, those would go to die. Like he used to be a pick and roll ball handler like 3 years ago, and they became a serious team, and they basically were like, "Yo, especially when we got Harden, we're taking the ball way out of your hands.
Yeah,
you're gonna go stand your ass in the corner." And like to him on a max deal, I get not being comfortable with that. He thinks he's a better player than he was allowed to show.
That was really the beginning of the end for him too.
Yeah, which you are on a 28 win Pistons team. Like you're better than the role you showed for us, but you're not he's not capable of playing high level basketball for a championship team. Like he's just he's not Josh Giddey, but the same way we talk about they can get theirs, but they can't do it and drive winning to me.
Yeah.
B.I. is a much better player. He loves operating the midi. Though he's a solid 3-point shooter, like we talked about, especially off the catch. He just doesn't shoot a ton of them. And maybe maybe he comes over to Philly and buys in. You know what I mean? Like maybe, like change of scenery. We talked about PJ Washington earlier. That does worlds for guys. When they believe in the dude who has the ball, PJ's like, yeah, I'll go stand in the corner. I won't say I don't need my Charlotte Hornet post up, like let me cook in the midi. He's not doing any of that. He knows he's in his best role when he's spacing, standing in the corner and putting more work on the glass and on defense. But yeah, to answer your question, man, long-winded. I think Maxey and Joel are good enough if they're your only two stars. I could be delusional.
That's what I mean. I would just build around that.
Yeah, I think they are good enough to go the role player route, like a KCP, like a balloon. 3 years, $60 million, whatever it's going to cost.
I think the subconscious weighs heavy when it comes to decisions like this, because after these injuries with Joel, I think that is quite literally the first thing Daryl Morey thinks about is maybe we need another star in case Joel gets hurt during the regular season to get an easier matchup in the first round.
And it would for sure help. Like when he wants to load manage, they could survive some
That's
games.
what I'm saying.
Yeah. But ultimately, if Joel's hurt, you're not winning anyways. Like it's all a moot point. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if he's not right, and he has to be the best player in the playoffs, which he hasn't shown he can do yet. So like,
hold on.
Donovan? Wait. Oh.
Kenny Atkinson.
I heard 5-year deal. I was like,
woo!
D-Mitch is still alive.
We're still alive.
But yeah, it's like you think about, and like Paul George is not the same player he was. Like very clearly, he's not. So it's like, I'm trying to think of another big salary guy. Hang on, let me pull up a free agent list. My point is, like, if you're not paying PG 49, think about what you can split 49 into.
No, that's what I was saying, yeah.
Like KCP plus. It's like
this man Chris wants KCP, guys. I'm letting y'all know.
I do. That's where I'm at. That's where
badly.
I'm at.
Yeah,
I think he's going to get paid, and some people are going to see his number and be like, "Whoa, that's high."
I don't think it's just. I don't know. It's hard to look at that shit and like kind of dissect what you should do, and then you're gonna have
because if we get Paul George, like you're stuck to maybe a fourth guy, and then it's vet minimums. And those vet minimum guys cycle in and out every year.
No, that's what I mean. I think it's just you're gonna have.
Which I guess that's always the case. Like you look at Denver, right? Like they lose Bruce Brown. Like if you can maintain like a top 4 that's in place, that's
you're gonna be pissed off one way or the other if it doesn't turn out the way you want it to.
Not asking to keep a top 8 together for like 3 years, but
like if the year ends and y'all got role players around them instead of going for PG, you're like, damn, if we had that third star. If PG ends up shitting himself in the playoffs, you're like, man, we could have used about 3 or 4 more bodies.
Exactly.
So
yeah. Exactly. I really don't know the answer. I'm trying to find a good.
Yeah, I mean, you traded for Harden.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
He did. No, it's crazy. He single-handedly won us 2 games against the Celtics. So,
I mean,
but
what I saw him do against the Mavericks was impressive.
Yeah, he was pretty good, bro, for them this run.
He was.
Actually, I can't even.
The game where he hit 17 floaters in a row.
That's the thing with him in the Boston series. He had those 2 crazy games, and then the rest of the series. I don't know if you saw his numbers.
Yeah, no, I did. I was making fun of him the whole time.
Yeah, less than 15 a game, like shot 34% from
the fourth quarter stats. There was a section there where it was in 2 fourth quarters combined. He had shot 7 shots or something like that.
Yeah. And the year before was the Miami series where he said the ball never found him.
Yeah.
Shake Milton's out there like putting his fucking life on the line. I don't know, man. We could spend all day on this. You know where I'm at on Joe, but there is some he lets go of the rope too much from to be your best player. You can't let go. Well, when I look at Giannis or Jimmy, I'm like, they're not letting go of the rope, regardless of how the game's going. If they're down 18, Joel seems to get a little, not to be a Bill Simmons body doctor, but he will start hanging the head. And
I've gone on for it for hours on this podcast.
The big ones don't realize how much that impacts your role players. It's a lot of the same stuff with Luka.
I'll never forget it.
Justify it, but they all look at you. It's like if
Jason Tatum hit a 3 to put the Celtics up by 12 with 7 minutes left in the third quarter of Game 7. He gave up.
Yeah, I remember the exact shot. Yeah, the game is still
because he kept putting it on Joel's head too.
Yeah, dude, he was cooking.
He was whooping his ass.
They were running like pick and rolls to get the switch.
Yeah, all fall screens, all that shit to get Joel in the matchup, and he was getting cooked up. It wasn't really getting cooked. It was just like threes in his face.
Tatum was on a burner.
Yeah. So when that happened, I was like, no way. Tell me Joel randomly got tired right now. Please tell me Joel got tired randomly out of nowhere.
Because if you remember, we went up 9, I think, in the first quarter. PJ Tucker had the quarter of his life. I think he banged 3 corner threes. And Harden and Joel were selling. And even going into halftime, felt like we completely let go of the rope. We were down 3 at half, I think, in that Game 7. It just came out, and Tatum had a 50 ball, right? I think Tatum had a 50 piece. I'm looking at these free agents, bro. Sure, the pool's got to be better than this. This is the guy I saw mocked to the Lakers a bunch.
Really?
I guess they do need a center with, I think Valanciunas is up out of there, free agent.
Yeah, I just think the center position is so easily you can trade for them, man. Daniel Gafford went for a bag of chips. And if you just use your eye test, fuck them numbers. Daniel Gafford, and I know he's an Arkansas guy, so I'm biased, but since college, he has had the highest motor on the floor at all times.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you can give me 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Dude,
he's not a perfect player, but none of those guys are. Yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't need you to be able to guard a guard either. Just goddamn rebound, put in a layup, and catch an oop every once in a while. It's not that hard.
Yeah, so it's theoretically KCP plus Najee Marshall plus Caleb that'd be the type of guys that you're looking at. Instead of using 49 on Paul, you're spreading that out with those 3, for example. I'm just picking my favorite guys.
I think I'm the only Heat fan that hates Caleb Martin.
Full stop. I would not be comfortable if we signed him. I've told you, I have no fucking doubt he would come in and shoot 28% from 3. No fucking doubt in my mind. Everybody that comes to Philly forgets how to shoot, all of them.
And the mystique of the Celtics series, if he does that against anybody but the Celtics, it doesn't matter as much to Heat fans. Yeah, it's because it was the Celtics in the situation we were in, whooping their ass.
Yeah. But it's this pool. Lonnie Walker, Obi Toppin,
but I'm saying
Harry
though,
Trent,
if you fill out the roster with those guys, I'm not saying you go in damn, we're going to win the championship, but you go okay, there is multiple guys on the floor that can create their own shot,
who know their
make smart plays, and kind of Najee Marshall can defend his ass off. So
yeah, he's solid, man. I think he's going to get paid a lot more than people think too.
I think he is too, and I think he could be the guy who does right now. He's going to take his money.
For sure. Yeah,
him and his agent are talking like, hey,
yeah,
you can take this money right now and I can get you traded in a year.
100%. He would sign with Detroit tomorrow if they were the lead offer.
Yeah, if
No
they
doubt in my
gave him
mind.
a shit ton of money for
Yeah,
him.
no doubt in my mind.
Who the fuck is going to go to Detroit?
We've seen
Like,
their
I'm
cap
dead
space,
serious.
bro. Yeah, they have the most, I think.
They have so much money. Blake
Tobias
Griffin going to
Harris.
come back?
Tobias Harris.
I know he retired, but like he could come out.
That feels like Tobias Harris, bro, for real.
It does. And I mean, like THJ.
Yeah.
I cannot believe the Mavericks even gave the initial contract.
I
4
know.
for 72
Yeah, 472.
is
That's crazy.
laughable. And it wasn't like he was New York Knicks, Tim Hardaway Jr. And once again, that is one of those big market teams. The Knicks were ass when he was there.
Yeah.
It's not like they were these perennial second round teams. No, they were awful when he was averaging 17 points.
The thing
Nothing
is,
has changed.
He's got those burner games that like you hold on to as you're like, dog.
Oh, I talk about the Heat game. We started that 9-game run of him scoring 30 every night.
Yeah. Like
we kept doubling Luka. He scored like 35.
He is like poor man's JR. Like he can win you a game solo. And he can
that's who he played with, I believe, his rookie year.
And he can lose you a game solo. Like straight up.
If he has extended minutes. The way Jason Kidd
every
plays
shot
him
he takes is a
role.
good shot. Every shot he takes is a good shot to him.
Yeah.
Because when he gets on them burners, it don't matter where the fuck he's shooting from. Like, he will just start spraying.
Yeah, I just didn't understand why Jason Kidd would play a guy like that. Mostly, like, the Celtics I would have loved to seen the Celtics team versus the Nuggets. Where
I thought that's the final we were getting.
There is stretches, like, whole games where you literally go, like, how the fuck do they seem to play perfect offense every possession.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like it's a grind, but the Mavericks are holding them to 103. You put in THJ when it's a 5-point game, and you apparently have told him he has a neon green light because every time he fucking touched, he didn't even dribble. He shot it.
Up. Yeah, bitch is going up.
Why would you put him in the game? I just didn't understand some decisions made there.
Yeah, that wasn't talked about enough. Tony talked about it plenty with me, but
he didn't even throw. He didn't even do the classic throw a wrench in the starting lineup.
No, like Tim played. I forget his minutes, but yeah, he was like a minus 19 or something crazy in that game 4 where they decided to give him run, or game 3.
It was game 3 because they were down 3-0.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I always think
this free agent pool ain't pretty.
Jesus,
I don't know. Let's use. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, let's just say theoretically, I don't know. No one knows what their market is, but if you're a Sixer fan, would you rather have KCP, Najee Marshall, and Obi Toppin, or Paul George?
Probably Paul George, I would say.
Would you?
But I would say as a Philly fan, yes. Like, from y'all's perspective, yes.
Because we have, like I said, the $8 million room exception, which I think is going to be used on Oubre. I think. It sounds like they really are. Someone basically said Lowry was a done deal, although I've seen a bunch of like Knicks stuff floating around with Kyle.
I saw that Tim Reynolds tweeted that earlier today.
It sounds like Batum and Kyle are coming back on the minimum. Which, like, I told you, I don't mean to be dramatic, but we got to get Batum back. Like, I know it's fucking crazy. I know he's ancient, but he had such good minutes for us. He's the best he was the best post passer on our team by a mile. He doesn't need the ball. He gets off it quick.
Do y'all see what Philly fans look at? This is my point.
This is it, bro. I'm talking about
entry passes, dog. This is sickening.
Straight up. Y'all go watch Tobias Harris the last 5 years. And tell
this is the problem with Philly fans. When you give a guy an entry pass, it's not going to matter if you bring a late double and you don't know what to do with it.
Guys, go watch Tobias Harris. Anyone that's still with us last 5 years. You could probably YouTube it. Tobias Harris post entry passes. They'll run a set for Joel.
A Philly fan has made a compilation.
Kyle Lowry will set the greatest screen on the opposing center. Joel is free, wide open under the net. You know how it goes in the NBA. Like, the window will close like that. It's got to be on time. And Tobias will sit on the perimeter, pick up his dribble, and he's like not quite sure he can get it in. I don't know. Deron
Well,
Holmes, another big man.
I would say this though. I think that different fan bases have such different point of views, just how their team has been, constructed over the years. Like with the Celtics, I bet for years they didn't think they needed another star. They were like, bro, if we just get some dudes around Jason and Jalen, we'll be okay. With the Cavs fans, they were always wanting stars because it was LeBron and they think he needs a star. With them, they just didn't have any role players. Mavericks fans, they were begging for role play. That's all they wanted at the trade deadline. They were not like, yo, go get another guy.
Yeah.
They're like, bro, just put startable players around these guys.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like
y'all look at the on-off stuff with Joel a lot, so I feel like y'all want another star. As a consensus fan base is what I'm saying.
It'd be cool, yeah. Like, it'd be dope as fuck to have Paul George, for sure. I don't know if you consider him a star. Like, I'm sure his opinions are all over the place.
You talking yourself out of Paul George already?
No, it's from everything you read, it's like
it's not happening.
Golden State, he's opting in. He wants to trade. He wants to stay on the West Coast. Like, the good part about the McHale trade for us is that's one less suitor, right? Like, they at least cash those chips in. That takes one team off the market. I personally, all this Houston talk, like, Paul George to Houston, it just doesn't make sense to me personally. They're not a Paul George away. Guy's 34.
Not to cut you off, Houston to me is showing a weird sense of desperation, and we've seen this from in the past. Sure. I don't know why they're doing it.
It's ownership driven, I feel like.
There's no way you're throwing Sengun's name out there unless you are not desperate.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Throwing Jimmy Butler and Kevin Durant's name out there.
To put that shit out.
That's what I'm saying.
Because agents, they see that shit.
That's desperate times right there to me. That means they're like looking to do something, and I don't know why. Maybe it is the division. They see OKC.
Woj mentioned Sengun's name, right? Like in the tweet?
Up front, out, they're willing to give up Sengun.
I know Windhorst talked about it on a pod. Yeah, that'll ruffle some feathers, no doubt.
That's what I'm saying. And then I don't know. It's just maybe they look in their division. They're like, bro, fucking Wemby, Luka, and Kai, OKC.
That make my ass go backwards again. But yeah, we could. I mean, at some point you do have to try to compete. So I get that.
Yeah,
but like Dylan Brooks, Fred VanVleet, like they're just the team doesn't move.
I don't know what they're looking at. I watched them play.
Yeah. I don't know.
Jalen Green turned up at the end of the year, though. I'm not going to lie. He kind of caught his stride. Right, the beginning of the year, because I'm a Jalen Green guy, I am, because I am a sucker, and I'll always say it. If I was a owner or GM, I am Al Davis. Who jumps the highest, who runs the fastest.
Yeah.
No Can doubt. He do one thing that it takes to be a basketball player plus that? Cool. I'm taking it.
I'm in. I'll be right back.
Bet. So what we've gotten over 2.5 hours is Chris wants KCP very badly. And it's so funny because I have clips of a pod we just recorded a couple days ago. And he went for 30 minutes on Paul George. 30. And now he hasn't got a report that he likes, so he's already backtracking. You know, these Philly fans, they're scumbags. He's one of my best friends on earth, but these guys are scumbags. They'll turn on a guy very quickly. I'm not even going to talk about the Santa Claus thing. Look what they did to Ben Simmons. They mentally broke that man. That's all I'm saying. Single-handedly, Philadelphia broke Ben Simmons because they're scumbags.
It's all us, dude. It's our fucking fault.
Sad.
It really is a sad story.
I think the Maya Jama breakup probably hurt worse than that shit.
That was a bigger blow.
God damn.
Than the Hawks series.
You wake up to that every morning, then you got to just be alone?
Yeah.
Getting booed at the free throw line? Fuck.
Shit. Got fans in the stands trying to help you out. That guy's like, come on, shoot it.
Kyle Filipowski. What a name. That is the most Duke name ever.
Uh-huh. Really is. So Denver traded to Phoenix for 22.
Yeah.
To get Deron Holmes.
Jesus, man. During these, it's so funny because after like the first 15 draft picks, I feel like the universe turns the TV off.
For sure.
Because when you're at this point with Milwaukee, unless you're just like an NBA draft nut, a college basketball fan, or a diehard that wants to know everything about Milwaukee, why the fuck do you care who they're drafting?
Yeah, you don't give a shit. This guy probably ain't playing. Have you
Ever?
seen all the Brooke Lopez rumors too?
Yeah, I was a year early on that too, by the
Yeah.
way. Last year I said, what the fuck are they going to do with this roster? They're getting so old.
They are getting so old.
They brought back all of them. I was like, damn, I was wrong, huh? But
they are old, man.
Dude, when I started seeing Chris Middleton's age, I said I think they only had when the Miami Heat beat them, they only had 2 players under 30, 2 players under 32, something like that. It was something crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, one of them
was one of them.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
they're
just
old as hell this year. Yeah, I mean, this year they fucking Doc signed Danilo Gallinari. It was like trying to give this dude real minutes at times. I'm like, dog, he cannot play anymore.
Doc has to stop doing that, by the way. He does this shit where he tries to reignite a career that he once was a part of. I don't like when he does that. You're wasting a roster spot.
Is like, play fucking Andre Jackson, the rookie out of UConn. They're
like,
you need young legs, like somebody that can run, like a jolt of athleticism.
What is Danilo Gallinari giving you in 2024?
Dog, I'm sorry. His body.
That is a joke. He wasn't giving the Hawks shit in 2020.
No.
Bill Simmons tried to hype him up when he got to the Boston Celtics, tore his ACL 2 weeks in.
Yeah, he literally did.
I'll never forget it because they just keep this. They have a parody Bill Simmons account. It's not the one that we know, the Reddit one.
The Reddit one's hilarious.
It was another one, and he was just laughing, talking about the Gallon. He went on like a 5-minute rant about Danilo Gallinari.
He's literally one of us. He just is national.
He's just rich as fuck.
Yeah. But he is like a fan, true and true. Like this year, I was telling Tony, he was clamoring for fucking O'Shea Brissett. Like he would spend a 10-minute rant. Like, I don't understand why you knew this was locked up. Why weren't you trying O'Shea Brissett at small ball? Like, this could have been our fit for when KP went down. Not going to lie, I have not seen a ton of this guy in mocks, or maybe I just stopped reading.
The fact that his shit says United States on it tells me all I need to know. Who the fuck is he?
I actually do not know. Maybe to your point, I quit reading mocks when it got past. I feel like after the Lakers, bro, I felt like I looked at the top, looked at Heat, Philly, Lakers on all the mocks, and then I think I was
like, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, United States. Where's this guy? Is this guy just playing like park leagues in New York?
Yeah. He played at the Rucker twice. They had some NBA scouts out there like, yo, this guy. His name's AJ.
He's number 54 on KOC's big boards from the NBL.
Oh, I know the NBL. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like the National Basketball League, or the fuck it's called.
Speedy guard who can get whatever he wants using his dribble. That's per KOC. Shades, because they always do the shades of, and they drop a comp. Shades of Nick Young.
Look at his fucking numbers. He averaged 3 points on 37%.
Oh, Doc Rivers. You're going to be in the G League all year, buddy. So,
no, the funniest part is
that is hilarious.
I know you're not supposed to be a box score watcher.
Yeah, but 3 is
if
crazy.
You watch the games where he's averaging 3 points on 37%, how do you project that?
Under 40% at 3 a game is like impossible. That's crazy. That's crazy.
He's shooting 1 for 6 every night.
Trying to find the highest guy left.
2 for 6. What the fuck it is? That's hilarious.
Big board. Bobby Clintman. Oh, no. Terrence Shannon. Oh, Isaiah Collier hasn't gone yet either, has he?
It's probably going to be New York.
Or Ryan Dunn. Ryan Dunn, apparently, I don't know if you know anything about him. He's supposedly the best defensive wing defender they've almost ever evaluated. Something crazy. But he has no offensive game, none. He's a pure athlete.
That must have been. I was half listening to a YouTube video over the draft like 2 days ago, and like you like catch something. That's literally the quote I heard was, "He is a generational
Like a
defender."
demon, yeah, like a stocks guy, the steals plus blocks, and
Yeah, and they're like, I don't want to say that this guy can like start day one, but if he goes to a team that just wants somebody to clamp
yeah,
some
fuck
shit,
shit up. Yeah, he got shades of Herb Jones and Andre Roberson.
I don't like those shades.
Nah, Herb is good, but
Let the fucking sun come out.
that's because Herb found a shot.
Yeah, of
Same
course.
shit with Matisse. Like if Matisse found a shot, yeah, God knows what
It was weird with Roberson, man. He had some injuries, but he went from this young, hopeful prospect of like lockdown defense, obviously, and that was the change of the era where if you couldn't shoot, you couldn't play.
For sure. He was in
because
the
he
middle
was a double. He was a double whammy where he shot 10% from the free throw line.
Yeah, he was terrible offensively,
but he could clamp up everybody.
Yeah, it's amazing. Russ made that shit work with the spacing they had, and Russ's box score shit was fucking crazy in that OKC run after KD left.
Shit that was fun to watch.
Yeah, just like, I'm obviously a huge Russ fan, but just regular season like box office shit, that was a blast.
That was before I had League Pass, and
dude, me too.
You would just see, you would pop open. That's when it was the year after we lived together too, something like that. You would open his box score and he would have 46, 17, and 11.
Bro, we'd play DraftKings and he was like north of.
He was worth $17K.
Yeah, and you're like, but I feel like if I don't take him, I ain't gonna be the winning lineup because he could go for 72.
Yeah, that shit. The last night.
Yeah,
I'll never forget. I played that against Denver, the 55-point triple-double game winner.
Where he won the MVP, basically.
Yeah. And I'll never forget, he had to get a certain amount of he had to get a triple-double to average a triple-double.
Yeah.
Now, I fucking put him in there. I'm so bad at DraftKings, I still didn't win money. Like, goddamn.
It's so hard to fill out a roster. Yeah.
Do you remember that actually? Y'all were sitting there telling me how hard DraftKings was, right? It was the Warriors were playing on TNT that night, and the first time I ever played DraftKings, I won $125 off $2.
Oh, damn.
I had AD and Curry, and they were going like back to back to back. They went. AD had like 46, and Curry had 50, some shit like that.
That's crazy.
But since then, I hate playing player props. By the way, I don't even really gamble that much anymore. If I do, I throw like a $15 parlay down.
The fun ones with DraftKings were at the end of the year, when teams started sitting and guys would come in. So like
I did that this year. I did throw a couple $5 bets down on DraftKings this year with the
and you'd have like
GG Jackson.
Yeah, you would like follow RotoWire, and you get the early notification on who was out that night.
I told all my friends about RotoWire. I put them on,
and I fucking wrote like Michael Beasley was like $3,000 on DraftKings, dirt cheap. And the Heat were like punting on the end. And Michael Beasley was just.
That was that one night. That dude, he was in your thing, your tournament, and he did a whole lineup of Heat players because we had 6 people playing the whole game.
That was the Tyler Johnson era too.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
It was like Wayne Ellington, Tyler Johnson, Michael Beasley. My God,
Michael Beasley was cold. New York traded back with Washington.
Like, dude, Bates has to be the most miserable human ever.
Yeah,
like dead ass.
They're straight fucking blow it up mode.
Being a Commanders fan plus the Redskins is wild.
I wouldn't wish that on anyone.
It is funny though, because the Bryce Harper thing, he always brings it up. He's like, asking out of here, we win a fucking ring right when you leave.
That was funny. They did.
It's actually crazy to think about.
Jesus for this guy.
I think they are too. Do you agree with that sentiment?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. They're the biggest challenge to Boston right now in the East, for sure.
And the thing is, it's not just because of the names on the roster. No. It's literally how they're going to play.
They literally all fit.
Yes.
Like all these, I saw someone who was talking about like how's Mikhail going to buy into his usage rate was 30% last year? Like, how's he going to
Bro,
buy
you
into
think
not
he
getting?
wanted to
Like,
do that
yeah,
shit?
no, he did not. And this shit matters where you have previous relationships, bro. Like that, those are his college boys. Like they all just want to win. Mikhail's not going to give a fuck how many shots he takes.
No, he
Because it's
was
the same shit with
enjoying
OG.
the
Like
shit out of himself in Phoenix.
they had the same convos about OG. Like he wants more of an offensive load in Toronto. Like he went to the Knicks and got pretty much the same load. Now it's going to be even less. And I'm like, he just got 5 years for 212 mil. Like you think that dude's tripping? Like the money came all the same.
Well, that's the thing too, is that when he's in Toronto on a fucking tanking team, I bet he does want a bigger
Then
offensive
it's like,
role.
all right, I want to get mine so I can show what I'm worth. Because if we ain't
Yeah,
going to
so
win,
I can go get the bag.
yeah, for sure.
But it always comes back to this, and I'll say it forever. Dude, it's a reason champions get overpaid, bro.
Literally every time. Like you win it, the rest will take care of itself,
Bro, Bruce Brown made what, 30 M's?
He got like 2 for 45, I think. Something
Something like that.
Yeah.
Like that should not happen.
Yeah.
But he won a championship and he hit some corner threes.
Yeah.
And that's all it took.
Same shit with KCP. Like Casey, he's got the whole aura. Like only him and Drew Holiday have won 2 chips since 2020. Like, good role player on a team that you've seen take a deep run. Like that guy's KCP's probably getting 20 a year. His option with Denver's 15 this year, which he's supposed to opt out. Then that's why everyone keeps speculating because they can't afford him. It's Denver, a small market team. Like they don't want to go into the second apron. Like if you're KCP and you're seeing what role players are getting, like KCP's probably getting 20. It's just a matter of how many years are on the deal.
Like imagine Aaron Gordon on the free market right now.
Oh yeah.
He would be the top free agent right now out of the role players, not the stars, obviously. But his role just fits perfectly with Denver.
Yeah,
he couldn't do that anywhere else.
No, nowhere else, literally.
When the fuck you gonna play high-low with Aaron Gordon?
Yeah. No big man's passing like that. Aaron Gordon can't shoot. Like, yeah, he gets to literally be a hustle, lob dunk, play defense guy on that team. Literally perfect. That's why, like, they overpaid the shit for Mikhail, but that fit is, like, seamless, bro.
Yeah.
Like, him and OG on the wings is, like, defensively,
they're going to be clamps.
They're stout, bro.
Now, will Jalen Brunson be ran through every action versus elite teams in the playoffs? Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
But I'm interested in how they really build up that back line of defense because
me too. Yeah, center is
we've seen a lot of teams with like really good perimeter defenders, but they don't have that back line, so it ends up worth nothing.
That's why all the DPOIs go to centers because like rim protection is the most important stat.
Yeah,
because you can guard a guy perfectly on the perimeter. Sometimes they just hit fucking shots, and like no matter how good you are on defense, better offense wins. Like it's hard, bro. It's hard as fuck to stay in front of today's ball handlers. Like no matter how good you are. Like it's rare. And like Mitchell Robinson clearly can't stay fucking healthy. And they have they had Hartenstein last year. Like they had the perfect insurance plan. If he walks, they don't have that anymore. So if Mitch goes down in game 12, I mean, who's your center? Like
I've been in love with that format.
OG? Maybe.
Yeah. I've been in love with that format of what the Mavericks did basically for a couple years. I just love unless you have like a Joel Bam, Jokic, like those upper echelon centers. I do love the formula of split them down the middle, 24 minutes apiece. Yeah.
You're not losing too much with either guy.
Like Mitchell Robinson and Hartenstein are going to get minutes anywhere they play and be impactful.
Yeah, for sure.
At some points.
It's just rare you have 2. Like most teams don't have 1, So like,
I do want to see them. We saw it with KP, back to my point about the back line. Dude, the first game without KP being out there, the Mavericks game, and that's the thing I hated about that series.
Changes everything.
Yeah, I'm not going to go on a Mavericks rant. I thought that a lot of them played like pussies. Like they were scared to drive the ball for no reason when they were driving the whole playoffs.
The threat of
but when KP wasn't out there, I mean, it was a layup line.
Yeah. Because, Al Horford's not the same. And even as good as a defender as he was, he can't protect the rim, really.
No.
He's just more like a switchable perimeter, can hold up on some matchups.
Yeah, and he's good in like that's what I always say about Draymond. He isn't an elite rim protector. He is one of the best post defenders ever.
Like there's a difference. You want to go ISO on Al, Like Boston's
Good luck.
completely cool with that. Yeah.
Until he's 50, you cannot ISO him in the post.
Literally, bro. He's smart as fuck, strong. Yeah, he's just like kind of right place, right time.
Yeah, you just get him in space. But yeah, I'm very interested in this Knicks team. It doesn't make me
nice,
go like,
man.
God damn, Heat, damn, because I still believe in because as many of the jokes that have been made as the Heat culture stuff, it is real. At this point, it's like you can't say it's not real. There is some realness to it.
Yeah,
I'm never gonna not think that we can beat somebody.
Yeah.
But it does make me go like, bro, we need to make some moves.
That's what I'm saying. Like fans get fucking irate. Like you read the comments and you'll find all sorts of opinions from uneducated people. But it's like, damn, Daryl's really sitting there watching them go get Mikal. I'm like, they gave up 4 unprotected ones and another swap in a 2. Like we have 5 first-round picks to trade, period. Like that would be our entire asset pool. It's like, so you can't get mad at team. Like Miami literally can't trade 5 ones, 4 ones. Nah. Like they don't have them. It's like Dallas. So like yelling at your GM to make a move that you quite literally cannot make. Like good on the Knicks for hoarding those picks, like saving them. Did they offload too many for like a star role player? Maybe, but like it's hard to argue with the way he fits. Like that's he fits them so fucking well.
Yeah, and just like random,
especially with OG coming back. Like if they lost OG, you could have some qualms, but not that they got OG back. That's a fucking squad, dude.
Crazy. Another team that I think is just forgotten because of the injuries, dude. Like the Bucks are still there. The problem is with me, how do you get better? Because if they go into that season, if you go into that season relying on a 35-year-old Chris Middleton,
yeah, I mean he's got to be up there. Look,
Dame's
up. Dame's been nicked too. Like
that's what I'm saying. Brook is old as shit.
Model for health, yeah.
And Brook didn't seem like the same rim protector that I saw
for sure
at all.
Those back problems on big men, man. Like that's
what I'm saying. So that team, it looks cool on paper to have Giannis and Dame, but at the same time, where are you getting better? When you start signing people like Joe Ingles and things like that, that's when I go like, ugh.
That's what I'm saying. They have no cap room and no picks. Like it's hard to improve once you box yourself in. Like they traded all their optionality for Dame, basically. And like Dame is 34 next year and Middleton's 33. I just looked it up. So like that's an old
I wanted to do a pod once again, toot my own horn about this. Because that pod that I was talking about, the super team being dead, right? I went through every finals since the last super team with LeBron, right? LeBron, K Love, Kyrie. The Golden State Warriors, yes, they added Kevin Durant, but the base of their team was all drafted. The Nuggets, all drafted. Yes, some free agents, but the key pieces were drafted there. Boston Celtics, their 2 stars were drafted. The Miami Heat, the core of their team was drafted. Yes, Jimmy is the star. We got him in one acquisition. The rest of the team is undrafted, building camaraderie, building with what you have. Yep. And I think now with the CBA, like you said, once again, I don't know that well. I'm looking at it on the on-court basis. That chemistry shit, it does matter.
That's what I'm saying. When people grade all these trades and they're like, did they give up too much for Mikal? I'm like, if you want to look at, like the former front office guys have to weigh, okay, like you gave unprotected picks into 2031. Like that's dangerous. And that's like how, like the Kevin Peltons who just punch shit in a machine. I love Kevin Pelton, but he's analytics driven.
Yeah.
But it's like, did you pay too much for Mikal? Probably, but it's hard to fucking argue. Like with the on-court fit, like the team looks fucking beautiful right now. And like, that's all you can ask for when you build a team is a chance. Like it's rare that you get an OKC, like a quasi contender with every pick of it. Like that just doesn't happen. They're like one of one.
Oh, that was it. So I went through even contenders of that year. This is back in 2021. I was talking about how Memphis became a contender because they drafted well.
Yeah.
Like New Orleans, they got some they got easy trades. Obviously, I mean, if BI's out there, you go and get them. Mostly after that Knicks trade for Porzingis was great. The AD trade, I should say.
Yeah, that was a haul, bro.
Yeah, and when the Mavs got Porzingis, oh my god.
Yeah, I thought KP was going to be so good for Dallas.
Me too. He stepped outside of his role, and at that point,
he talked about how he's
super
grown.
young. Probably thought he was better than him.
KP's talked about how he's grown too. Yeah, he was like, at that point, I thought I was better than that. Like
I think that's bullshit.
Could be.
You know why it's bullshit? Because when you get traded to a team where you know you're at the very best the third option, you don't have a fucking choice. Mostly when it's a team that just went to the finals 2 years prior. I think all that is maybe you get growth from getting moved into that position, but you did not get growth by asking to get traded and knowing that you were going to go to, like, I think he did say a preferred destination for him was the Wizards when he got traded.
He probably wanted, like, he probably wanted, I would put him right there with OG. Like, they made him stand in the corner in Dallas. They didn't let him post up. He's talked about all this because his post up numbers were terrible. Rick was like, we're not running post up for you. It's bad offense. So I personally feel like he did probably want a taste of, let me just go hoop, like get mine, like on a shit team. And then maybe he's like, if I rehab my value, then I'm worth something to somebody good again.
Yeah. And let me feed this dog actually this time. We're going to come back. We're going to do like 30 more minutes so I can get in the bed.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm ready to roll whenever.
This poor dog can't live without her mom.
Still ain't eating.
Yeah, she ate one bowl. She's depressed. She does this thing that pisses me off. Like even if we take her for walks, if we play with her for 3 hours, it doesn't matter. She just cries when she's bored and wants attention. I love this dog to death, but still. But going into the next season, or going into this free agency, I should say, I'm an idiot. Is there something I'm missing? Have you read anything that I haven't on like an unknown move, a potential like dark horse somewhere? Because we've gotten no news, and you really don't till after the draft has wrapped up. Mostly the first 15 picks, in my opinion. It doesn't, like, nobody's like, oh man, Denver took the 28th pick, I won't sign there.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I really haven't read anything. Like, usually Jake Fisher has the Nostradamus free agency article. And I saw him post it the other day. I just didn't read it.
No, I've read everything online. It's just like,
you don't have any clear view, I feel like.
A lot of them keep coming back to how Paul George is holding up free agency.
I hate it when this happens.
Yeah.
Because we always say we want this. We always do. But none of the dominoes fall.
And I think his player option date is due on the 29th.
Oh, so it's soon.
Yeah, it's the 29th, yeah. So it's Saturday. So we'll know if he opts in, my opinion, they'll probably announce the opt-in with the trade, like simultaneously, I would think. So yeah, we're going to find out. If he doesn't opt in by the 29th, he's hitting unrestricted free agency. Then I feel like we come back online. But if he opts in, Phillies, we're out of the running, in my opinion. He's probably targeted like Golden State's been all over my timeline today with him last couple of days. Like,
well, Golden State does the Danny Ainge thing because the thing is, though, after the Kevin Durant move happened, it seems as though everybody, I think when you pull one star, it's almost like the Miami Heat, to be honest. You pull like one star every 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
You're just known to pull a star, which is a good rate, by the way. That isn't normal to get a superstar every 5 years. That's not fair.
And like, so they're talking about unloading, like Chris Paul's option date's the 28th. He has that $30 million option.
He's gone.
Yeah. But it's just a matter of, is there an opt-in there? And then they use that $30 million to match salary with Paul George, basically. So like, I feel like we're going to know a lot in the next 2-3 days. Yeah, 2 days. CP's option is due on Friday, unless they push it back, which they can, but he has to agree to it. The players like that sometimes are like, I'm not going to let you opt me in to dangle me and send me to the fucking Wizards, like, or wherever.
Yeah.
Although the Clippers is a little bit different. I think he'd like playing there, but
mostly
we're going to find out a lot with these option dates coming up.
mostly with CP, he is like unanimously known for like, why the fuck are you sending me there?
Yeah.
Or even what happened in OKC where he's on a minute restriction. He's like, yo, listen, put me in the fucking game or I'm leaving. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
He's
not
like,
going
I
to
can
play.
play.
And then they win 50 games.
Yeah. And then he told them, trade me to Houston or I'll walk. Or
Yeah.
maybe I guess that was the Clippers before that. Yeah.
And
The
now
Clippers, he was like, trade me to
that's
Houston.
what's so funny, the way that you're talking about it. If CP does end up getting traded to the Clippers, that would be that's just a funny roster to me. CP, Harden, Westbrook.
Such a big fucking number too. Because it's
I mean,
a
he got
team
his
option.
money.
It's 30 mil. Like, yeah, no shit. Imagine waiting on a team option on 30 mil. And if you don't,
Yeah.
is he signing a minimum? If he gets, is
It's
he
hard to
reach
say
minimum territory?
because if the option is open to play with LeBron,
That's what I'm
which
saying.
is
Like, I think he
awful.
might be a minimum player right now, probably.
He is. And even though, by the way,
Crazy how
there
quick he
are
can
some
get.
numbers to show that Chris Paul was actually pretty good for the Warriors, I just don't believe in it.
I think he can still play. Yeah, I don't think he's like completely cooked. It does suck to watch him though, compared to what he was. Like even in Phoenix, like he was fucking hooping in Phoenix. Now he's like, yeah, that Warriors fit was always clunky from the start, bro. They played
Man,
too
that's
much of a free
a
flowing.
novice saw
Yeah,
that and was like, what?
yeah, that one never made sense, and we all
It
tried
didn't.
to make sense of it, give him benefit of the doubt. Oh, he can come off the bench and lead their second unit. I'm like, they're gonna have to share minutes together at some point. They're like, no, he'll calm them down. Their offense is too frenetic, and no, that's how they play. It's just frenetic.
I would like to see, just from my personal interest, the value of Clay to them, to the
Yeah, that
market.
Clay's gonna be interesting, man. Everyone keeps pegging Orlando as like the only real team. I've seen like they've entertained on some podcasts. Like, would you like Clay in Philly on like a balloon payment so you can trade it? I'm like, I personally want no part of Clay right now. No part of Clay, personally.
I don't know what team would like. Why would you want him at this point? I'm not saying he can't bring it. I think now he does, after the benching that happened, that was like catastrophic to Warriors Nation.
Yeah.
Which is also, by the way, one of the worst fan bases on Twitter. I don't know if you've seen these recordings of them in the spaces. They are crazy.
Dude, I don't see any of those spaces. I need to start hopping in though.
Really? So
Yeah,
I do it. I listen unanimously, just for my ego,
yeah.
and I'm not in there to
Sometimes
get
it's fun as fuck.
information. Yeah, I
You
am
just want to hear
here.
some crying.
I
Yeah,
want to hear y'all
I'm preying
break
on the
down.
downfall. Yeah, I want to hear y'all suffer.
Yeah, I just
Sure.
with him, if he like gets signed for 18 to 20 mil.
That's what I'm saying. That's too much. But like people have floated that as an option for the Sixers, like just to tie us in. Because if we don't get Paul George, right, you have all that space. There's not enough, in my opinion, good free agents to fill that space. So what some teams do, and you'll hear about this, this is the same thing that they did with Bruce Brown. Like all this reporting was live at the time. Indiana signed him at the time to 2 for 45 or whatever it was. Let me look up Bruce Brown's deal. So I'm giving the people the right stuff.
This is why I
Two
swear
for 45.
Yeah.
And
I initially thought I thought it would be a trade summer. I didn't think it would be a signing summer.
Yeah. And so the second year is a team option. So he basically just got one guaranteed. But in his head, you're like, even if I just get one at 22 and a half, like I'm still balling. I can hit the market again if they deny my option and then go get paid again. But when they signed him, I remember all this reporting was they call it balloon payments, where they like intentionally overpay a role player with maybe a team option on the second year. Because now, especially with the new CBA, you have to be able to match salary. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have a bunch of if you have 3 guys on $8 million contracts, but a team's wanting to trade Paul George, who makes 49, you literally can't make the math work. So they sign some of these role players to balloon payments so that when it's with intention basically of, hey, we're probably going to look to dangle this guy as the salary filler around the deadline to help make some of the money work. So all these options have been floated. Like, would you give Clay 2 for 50 as a balloon deal? And I'm like, that just feels you can't bank on with certainty a star asking out at the deadline and you being the team that wows them with an offer. It's just so fucking risky, I think.
I don't fully disagree with you.
I wouldn't do it, quite frankly.
No, I wouldn't either. I just mean the point of a star asking out. To me, it is guaranteed
for sure
every year.
But can you use that if you're a GM as a team building strategy for us in particular?
No, to me, no.
You're selling the whole fan base on cap space plan. We're only taking people back this year that are on expiring.
If you're a Philly, no.
Yeah, we want a clean slate. Like, we're selling you the offseason. We're going to have a blank sheet. We're going to be able to be competitive as hell in the marketplace. And then we end up leaving with Clay and on a massive, like a short term 2 for 50, whatever. Like, it's I know they don't owe it to the fans to explain their process, but that's why the Knicks trading all they did for Mikal is so big, because that takes away a team that could easily outbid us for the next star that asks out the deadline. Of course, now you got Houston has way more capital than we do, right? Yeah. Like, there's still always going to be a team.
That's the thing to me.
It's just a risky business decision. Like, sure, one will probably happen, but to bank on you being the team that's able to get him just feels like a bit irresponsible and risky.
Yeah, no, I agree. I
think Daryl agrees with you. Like, he's willing to take, if Kevin Durant, in Daryl's eyes, wants out at the deadline, like, Daryl's willing to risk some angry, pissed off fans when he does his press conference tonight.
Yeah, but no, I think that the teams that are favored with those betting odds and things like that, I think they're always favored in the betting odds and through people's eyes just because of the cap space they have, like the Magic and the 76ers, of course. Yeah. But to me, the fit for the Magic makes zero sense to me. I don't understand why they would even want him, because I understand they need shooting, but he brings nothing to them defensively anymore.
He can't guard and he can't handle the ball.
That's what I'm saying. So it doesn't make any sense obviously with Philly. I don't know why they would want him, like actually want him, instead of like what you're saying, using the balloon payment and trying to get a star. Other than that, you don't want him to play a year. Mostly, Daryl is at the end of his tenure here, basically.
Yeah, if he just got an extension, but this is his last window.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I mean. It's like
he'll do what he did with Houston. Yeah, they'll call it a mutual. He'll walk away, and then he'll look for another. Yeah,
yeah. And I wonder if he goes and tries to do another. He seems like a guy that has a lot of. I know he's a basketball nerd. I'm not taking that away from him. He seems like a guy that isn't just like his life is basketball. I'm not saying, once again, he's a great GM, or perceived to be, I should say.
I do think he's good, personally. It's just when you don't win, they're going to point at you.
Yeah, I could see him walking away and being fine with it. Like, being done. But
I think he's going to stay around. But either way, not that
important. He'll be a consultant or something.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
Be a front office consultant.
Or he may be the guy, because he seems like a shit-talking competitive guy as well, where he don't want to leave till he gets a ring.
100%. Yeah, he wants to solidify.
I think he has a lot of that in him. He shows it on the podium.
There's Ryan Dunn.
There he is.
He's going to Phoenix, I think, in that trade.
Oh, they invested in defense here.
Yeah, can't shoot a lick, but yeah.
Man, that team will never learn. Man, if y'all knew what I thought about Kevin Durant, I fucking love this. If he gets in his 5th jersey.
That's crazy, bro. Dude, I hope so badly they suck before the deadline. Like, a Devin Booker trade would just, like, break my fucking phone. Even if it's Houston. Like, because they backed off all that KD reporting with Houston, and they were like, the real star they would look at is Devin Booker.
Yeah, and then Windhorst said, I've talked to people close to Devin. He has no intention of leaving Phoenix anytime soon. And that could be just a facade.
We hear that shit all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know why he would want to stay, because
especially if it breaks down. Yeah. Because to be quite frank, KD's asking out before him.
Yes.
So if you see KD leave in your book and you're like, Bradley Beal's probably going to be hurt at the time. Like, you're looking around like,
fucking
bro,
Bradley Beal.
Yeah, what a terrible decision.
I said from the get-go.
That's straight up new owner syndrome. That guy came in there and was like, oh, I watched him. He's a hooper.
With Bradley Beal, when we were in the rumors forum, and, every acquisition possible, your fans' Twitter base is going to go crazy. I was praying we did not pull the trigger on him.
Who?
Bradley.
Yeah.
I was praying, dude.
There were so many people at that time, because that was floated for at least 2 years, I think, there was people they're like, put Maxey in the deal. I'm like,
No.
We got Bradley Beal at home, bro. Like, I know y'all don't see it yet, and you never know, right? Like, growth isn't always linear. Like, we talk about guys where they are now. It's hard to remember like where they were. But, like Maxey was like, maybe he can be a microwave scorer off the bench, like. But at the time, I was still like, I've seen enough from Maxey. Like, we ain't putting that dude in shit, especially not for current Bradley Beal.
Yeah, and with Bradley Beal,
can't stay healthy.
He's been living off those 2 30-point per game seasons in Washington for a while now.
For sure.
He has been living off I think he got the scoring title that year too.
Yeah, I think
because he played and it was the Steph Curry thing, I think.
Yeah.
Where Steph left the game early or something and he didn't.
Yep, that is what it was.
Yeah, he's just been living off that.
Bro, they just said Ryan Dunn. Man.
I'm glad this is going to shift the league.
They just said Ryan Dunn took 49 jumpers this year. That is
in a 32-game season with the tournaments.
Bro. That is crazy. I mean, it's Virginia, bro. Like, you've seen their game. That final score is straight up 58-52. That shit is unwatchable.
Dude, I wouldn't watch a college basketball game, and if I saw Virginia, like, you scroll through the sports book and, like, there's some specials, I would see, like, a Virginia game, and it was, like, over under 120. I'm like, under. Fuck.
Hammer that shit.
The game that they lost in the tournament, wasn't it like they scored 48 points or some shit? It was something crazy.
Yeah, something wild.
Because they had a game earlier in the year where they scored 30-something for 2 halves.
Oh, Utah went Collier. Damn, good for him. I hate seeing dudes show up to the green room and not get picked. That shit's awkward.
That's crazy. I was wondering if LeBron would get such a big ego that he would put his kid in the fucking green room.
To have Bronny sitting out there. I forgot about him. I guess no one's taken Bronny yet.
Yeah, no.
I mean, not that he should go. Like, he's like,
because you know why?
3 a game on 37%. Like,
they can spread all these dumbass fucking rumors that they want to when your job is depending on some of these picks, and it's not depending on a second-round pick.
Yeah. But
maybe one of these guys, maybe one of these guys like this Isaiah Collier kid, maybe he shows up in year 3 and he's averaging 17. That's an amazing pick.
Yeah, that's how you lose your job. Shit like that.
Getting Bronny.
Yeah, I saw someone said Toronto at 31. Just refresh my brain because I'm seeing them about to be on the clock.
LeBronto.
Yep, LeBronto. And then Phoenix is because Rich Paul only let him work out for Phoenix and LA. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's weird to me.
But someone put out it was Toronto at 31. Phoenix, I'm assuming they have a second round pick. I don't know off the top.
The Phoenix thing came out today talking about they're very interested in Bronny.
Yeah, and then it was the Lakers obviously at 55 and Dallas at 58 was the last one. Because Dallas is the last pick in the draft, I think.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that, but yeah, it was Toronto, Phoenix, LA, and Dallas.
Did you see the meme of Bronny where it showed his 2 teammates who were averaging like 18? They put his points per game on the screen. He was averaging like 4, and then the next 2 columns was like good leader, great passer.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Good team player.
Locker room. Yeah.
Like, this dude was playing with the number 1 recruit in the nation. And they had him on the graphic.
Yeah. Yeah, this dude was crazy coming out of high school.
Yeah, he's the dude that pops up on the Hoops highlight Twitter.
Yeah. Those are the upside swings you take this late. Like Howie Roseman's big on that shit too. Like they take not quite Al Davis, but like give me pedigree. Like 5-star out of high school, like played in a Power 5 conference.
And most of the good franchises do that. I know it has been documented that the Warriors, like, they don't care where you end up in college and how you play in college a lot because they know it has to do with the system, how certain coaches coach.
For sure.
And they'll look at your high school film and rate you off the high school stuff like, yo, he was a top 10 recruit.
Yeah, I'm sure scouting goes so much deeper than we even think. These guys are going way back.
Oh, we're almost done with the draft. All right.
Yeah, we are.
Celtics, fuck whoever they draft now.
Yeah, fuck them.
Jesus Christ, man.
Brad Stevens is straight up. I heard him talking about pick 30, and he was like, Yeah, he's not going to be in our rotation this year. Like, let's just be real. He's not going to be in the rotation.
I'll get a clip from Bill
I think
Simmons.
one rumor that I saw, I'll start
2 days.
sending you some rumors. There's so many. I've literally read every article, but when you ask me on here, I'm like, my mind is blank. I saw some like D'Lo to Orlando potentially, and like I
Yeah,
honestly
that's
like that
been
more than
floating
Clay.
around for a
Yeah,
while
okay.
too.
I like
Once
that more than
again,
Clay.
a
Personally.
lot of cap space.
Yeah, for sure. I like that more than Clay to Orlando.
Me too.
And I hate D'Lo, but D'Lo at
Yeah.
least has on ball juice and can pass.
And
He's
once again,
he's a good shooter. D'Lo's a good shooter.
we talked about the Bulls the other day, and I said they're addicted to guards. We just talked about Orlando.
Yep.
What they want Cole Anthony.
It's crazy. They have so many guards and they need a guard. Like they need a point guard. It's wild.
They did the quarterback strategy. One GM said it in the 2000s or the 90s. He was like, yeah, we just keep drafting them until we hit it. That's what I would do. I would just keep drafting quarterbacks till we hit one. That's what they're
why
doing with guards.
That's why the Minnesota thing was so fucking funny back then in the Steph Curry draft.
Yeah.
They did the same approach. They like double hit point guard
Johnny
with
Flynn
and
Ricky Rubio.
and fucking missed on Steph Curry, man. I'd be sick.
It's wild. Yeah,
I remember Steve Kerr when he was GM of the Suns at the time.
Yeah,
they were talking about how they tried like hell to get. It could be revisionist history, but they're like, we tried like hell to get Steph in Phoenix. Who knows?
As I get older, I realize a lot of people are full of shit,
That's
and
what I'm saying.
all the people that are like in this space, this sports space, they will create pseudo memories.
Yeah.
To not even feed their ego because they've already reached basically not the pinnacle, but what they want. Like Steve Kerr is at the pinnacle, bro. He has multiple rings. He's renowned as an amazing coach.
Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, nah, I'm so good. I do remember that.
Yeah,
like,
you're actually gonna misremember it.
Yeah, yeah. You actually didn't even call about Steph Curry.
I'm trying to see. The only one I remember hearing that was actually true was the Toronto and Giannis shit. Like, cause they like leaked the video. Like Masai Ujiri was like trying like hell to get into the first round to take Giannis.
Yeah, he kept calling. He was like, yo.
Yeah.
And then they're like, no, we're taking Giannis. No, we got our pick. They're like, fuck.
I love when they drop shit like that because I don't think Toronto had a pick in the first round at all that year.
Random side note. I wish that off-season documentary on HBO was about any other team than the fucking Giants. Have you seen that?
Yeah. No, I haven't.
Oh, but have you heard of it?
I haven't actually.
Oh, dude. So HBO came out with a new series. I think it premieres. I may be crazy. And who knows? It could have been fake video. I don't think it was, though. Yeah, they basically covered like the phone calls with Saquon before he left and all this stuff.
Yes. I saw that drop. I saw Joe Shane was like, "You're really not going to give us a chance here?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I haven't
I'm like,
seen it, but
I wish it was any other team but the fucking Giants.
It'd be interesting as shit.
Like literally anybody
team. Else.
Yeah.
All right, who these
the last pick? You ain't getting a fucking dribble.
Buddy. He's been mocked right around here. 27 is where I saw him a bunch.
4 p.m. Eastern time. I will not be here.
Yeah. We will not be locked in on the Bronny sweepstakes.
No, I got to do the engagement thing and just have a reaction video to Bronny James getting drafted.
Oh, for sure. I'll watch the whole thing tomorrow. But
yeah, I mean, I'll be home. It'll be on the TV. I don't know if I'm going to be connected to the TV, but
I ain't sitting up in my chair or anything.
All right. Before we get out of here, I hope you get Paul George for your sanity.
I think I want him. Yeah.
I said on the pod, and I'm releasing the Caruso video. I'm releasing our Paul George talk. I'm releasing all this tomorrow. It's really getting put up all tomorrow.
This was all before the Knicks trade, by the way. So
I put it on there. Recorded this date before the Knicks trade. But yeah, I had to do all this editing and stuff. So yeah, man, another fun pod. Did 320. Really didn't stop talking. Barely had a moment of silence. So
could go
I think
all
we
day
did good.
This shit. Yeah, that's good shit right there.
Well, until next time, Chris, we are out.
Deuce. Damn.